you do a moral choice. So these steps you do, and within 90 days of this campaign, you're going to see how the cabal is forced to change the laws. They're forced because
this is Basis 2023, and this is a Basis seminar, online seminar with Miss Sepsis, otherwise known as Sandra Daroy, and she has a very long and very important presentation. Over to you, Sandra.
I am Sandra Daroy, aka Miss Sepsis, Miss Dodge, don't get it, etc., etc. Create a branding to that a sleeper and a soulless human being wouldn't understand. It's branding. It is what means to miss it and don't, you know, get it. So this is going to be the most important video of your life, dear listener. This is going to be the most important video of your life, dear listener. Or most relevant and most important video of your life up till 2025. Forget about all the other topics. Let's see, what's that about? There is a cube already. So it's called Black Cube Kaaba World. Black Cube Kaaba World. Can you put the slide, Miles, to show? Black Cube Kaaba World. Black Cube Kaaba World. We're going to lean very deep here, people. What has been going on this entire time in the world? And this is a very important presentation, and I would recommend to a friendly reminder to honestly get out of jealousy mode now and manipulate the algorithm and hit that like button and share this information with another soul. It might earn you some plus points and karma before the Black Cube Kaaba world that we're living in globally is coming to get you. And I want to make a very important note that the outcome is going to be the most positive, beautiful outcome ever. And justice is going to be served. Justice is going to be served finally. And if you want to know more, you have to check the Basis 2022, the Basis 2023, 2 lectures. They're all 2 hours, so 6 hours in total, and another 1 hour where I'm explaining further details from 2023, 13th of February Basis, and then April the 1st Basis 2023, and 2022 July conference, because we're not going to be able to get into mechanics and details of everything here. This is a friendly reminder as well that this video is not going to be for cowards, cowardly people. This is not going to be the video for you. Please go back to sleep, roll over. It's too late. You're going through the meat grinder. You're going through the meat grinder that's coming. That is why this presentation is so important. And you're not going to hear this kind of presentation because I'm a political reviewer as well. I study the political manipulation, and I am aware of what's going on in Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, US, etc., Middle East, due to my family background. So I interpret the news and I connect the dots, okay? So just exopolitics with people that are running big podcasts and conferences, and they don't even know where Donbass is on the map. This video is not for you, sweetheart. Time to go roll over and go back to sleep. If you don't know where that location is, you're not a political reviewer. And this is only for the brave souls, this video, and we're going to present solutions here. Solutions that are going to change the world. This is the same information that I presented with Veikko Husa from Estonia, who is a very well-known person by now. He's a businessman, entrepreneur. He's a very successful businessman, and he has seen the dark side of the world, and he supported me, stood by me when I was presenting this same information. This information is going to be from A Walking Case, my 2020 book. Please, the slide. And it's going to be from my new upcoming book now that I'm quickly putting together. To this information that you're hearing today, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It needs to lean deeper, and that's going to be in the up and coming book, What is Coming 2025, 2030. My master's degree is in Agenda 21 and 2030. And if you put the slide back, it's called The Occult World 5 to 9. The Occult World 5 to 9. What is Coming 2025, 2030. Now, to support my work, this unpaid work, this presentation I put together 2 weeks. It takes a lot of hours for me. And I write it quickly in thought speed. So for you, the critic that is not interested to help Mother Earth and our brothers and sisters, please tune off, because we need to now get beyond the grammar or whatever is happening, and we need to focus on the content and the information. So like I said, hit that like button, get the algorithm up and running, and share this video with your friends. Warn your friends, family, friends, what is coming. It is very serious, and the solutions are going to be presented in this presentation absolutely free for you. And this is exactly what I spoke with Veiko Huse, who stands by me, and he is the founder of Vaba Eesti, Free Estonia, all the Estonian patriots. Veiko Huse, thank you so much for all your support. A shout out. And we have had already 10,000 views almost within less than 2 weeks. The first video had 10,000 views in 5 days. It was taken down, so we did a new one, re-edited it, and then it's there. You can check his channel up and follow him. Please write down my Patreon if you want to subscribe to get further ritualistic. I'm ritualistic pagan, and you will get further videos, private videos for members only, to keep the gobshites away and the parasitic star seeds. And that's my website there as well. Make a note of that, because it's important. Make a note of this website. It's very censored videos. They're very truth, hard-hitting, punch-on-the-face videos, okay? Terms that I'm going to bring. Now, very important. Let's keep the slide on. Basis Project, End of All Human Free Will, 2025, 9th of September. 999. Thank you for one of the viewers that highlighted the mistake that I said October. It's September, but I am remote viewing, and the event will happen actually due to time and space kicking in October. So 999, 2 plus 2, 5 is 9. 9th of September, 999 is coming up. There are 4 major birthdays coming up. The magnetic polar shift currently in Canada, Ireland, Scotland. Let me see. Right, these are the ley lines. The magnetic polar shift is changing. I'm going to show this now. They need the Vatican Mecca black cube in Russia, which we're going to lean deep into. And that is why all the previous countries, Canada, Ireland, Scotland, UK, Norway on the ley line, tip of Oslo, and Sweden, all the way up to Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania are not anymore activated. We're going to get into that. And can you put the slide back up? I'll tell you when to revert it. So that magnetic polar shift is the first birthday that is happening, and it's going to, that is why they're running out of time. And that is 2025, 9th of September. Second birthday is Eresh Gigal birthday, and we're going to lean into that, just cover it again. Eresh Gigal is a Mesopotamia goddess that's becoming number 9. She was born 18,000 years ago. This is in the Basis Project, 13th of February, where I was very upbeat and giggly, and I prefer to be like that, but But we need to cover this information on a serious note now. Third birthday is the Black Sun and the WEF swastika becoming number 9. That is what we covered in the basis 13. We're going to go over that today. Agenda 2030 onwards, the next bull cycle, 2025, 2030, is a 5-year bull cycle that they follow. Jubilees happen in Vatican every 5 years. 2025, Vatican is holding a big black cube Kaaba birthday. 2025 Vatican Jubilee is coming up. And that is the bull cycle where the temperatures are going to be freezing. They're going to cool down the temperatures. George Soros said we have to cool down the temperatures. And then the 9th ice age is going to be brought in after that, because we've had 8 ice ages. So that's number 4 birthday party coming up. Let's recap. The magnetic polar shift is coming up. The Ereshkigal birthday is coming up. Black Sun and swastika are separate things, but they mean same thing, which is number 9. That birthday, number 3, is coming up. Agenda 2030 is coming up. And the guided, if we put the slide back on, guided and protected by the rainbow flag, LGBT, what it means. We're going to now lean into this in this PowerPoint. What the flag means. Right, so this is serious, people, because this physical war that we've experiencing so far is becoming a soul harvesting war. This physical war is going to become a soul catching war. So forget about what happened years 2020 up to 2022. We already know what was going on. This is now going to become a soul harvesting war, because the enemy's ship is sinking, and they have made up their minds that if this ship is sinking, they're going to pull everybody with them. And we're going to lean into that. All souls are experiencing their last human experience, to be shown in coming slides. Basis Project, April 1st lecture 2023. The dates and the block against all evil actually is true. Listen to that. This March, a irreversible shift happened, and I was very busy then, as I know March would be the break or make for humanity. The 20th of March, 26th of March, 31st of March 2023, and I was in Wiltshire area. Now, Elon Musk supercomputer Neuralink is ready. The half German Chinese front face has completed his supercomputer that all of us can feel by now, and singularity will capture all souls. He allows to speak about certain topics on Twitter that were banned before, which are now irrelevant. They're not relevant anymore because everyone made their choice 2021 up till 2022. And they followed the regime. The year 2020, 2022 is an old topic, and we need to now focus on the soul war that is coming up. Time to talk about real things and say, how do they keep getting permission to do this to us? How are they getting permission to do all of this stuff to us? To be revealed shortly. We need to talk about the solutions, people. Soul is a soul. Animal souls are exactly the same as a soul inside you. You have been an animal before, you've been a bird, etc. Soul is a soul with living beings with a heart and blood, and this is all relevant in the soul war that is coming up now. This is just a small introductory. Your time is up, sweetheart. This July 7th of July 777 2023, 2 plus 2 3 is 7. The 7th of July, a moral choice has to be made and serious karma detox conducted. All souls are going into the Black Vatican Mecca Kaaba Black Cube, which is as well Black Rock Corporation, run by the human servants who serve walk-ins. That is my speciality that we're going to cover in great detail. We're just going to show all the slides and evidences here because people keep telling me that I'm not showing evidences. So like I said, that if you are one of those people that I do a 2-hour presentation and you're asking me, was any of that real? What are we doing here, people? I'm showing evidence. I'm backing it up. If you are asking me these questions, then keep your gob shut, put the cock in the mouth, and then roll over. That is it. So we're going to back every single word here in this presentation that I've been doing all the time. If you don't want to listen and you have your ears like this, that is your business. I am just the messenger here to warn you what is coming up with Neuralink and supercomputer and AI and the human servants. These are LED glasses, by the way. We have all Wi-Fi shut out today. This is the most important presentation. And Wi-Fi shut out. This is a decaf coffee. And these are LED glasses. Now, next year is going to be number 8, 2024. And 2024 is 8, and that is when all the laws are being utilized and legitimate, and they are going on full force. This year is the year where the baby was born last year, 666, and I'm not going to jump ahead of my slides. And this year is where the baby soul is put into the body. Now, this world belongs to the children and animals. They are our future. The children. I'm going to be speaking about all the children getting lost in Estonia. I'm going to show very disturbing stuff, okay? And this world belongs to the children and the animals that are children. And this doesn't belong to the adults because we are so programmed and mind controlled. All of us were hackable animals, like Harari has said, and I will present the evidence. So we need to do serious work on ourselves in order to earn this world. Bottom line, all adult women and men should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, what I'm about to present in the slides. And shame, honestly, that you haven't thought about these things. This has been going on so long, okay? And we're just feeding the system with our Babylonian money and then getting this itty-bitty back in return. So if you are a mother of children and you haven't thought about these things, then honestly, I don't know. Then you are a very recycled soul. You're a sleeper that are majority of the globe, and now soulless humans are decreasing because the elite are wiping out soulless humans that I'm going to get into. But we're surrounded by sleepers, and they refuse to listen to this evidence. All events add up to 5 to 9, like the up-and-coming book. 5 plus 9, holy 14 equals 5. It's the Minotaur bull. Represents the 5th month. So they don't sacrifice to the bull. The bull itself is sacrificed. Hence the bloodshed globally of the animals and the children. 9 represents the highest number in the occult levels, authority and graduation to the spirit realm and the physical world. 90 degrees that I'm going to be sketching out here. The cube corners, the black Mecca Vatican cube world that we're living in. Minotaur bull represents 7 holy girls and 7 holy boys, which is 7 plus 7, 14 is 5. And if you check out my channel, you will see what certain things mean. that I'm not going to get into here to protect this presentation, okay? And please go back to the slide. Make sure that you go to my mind's channel to check out these terminologies and what they mean. 7 plus 7, 7 holy girls, 7 holy boys, 14, 5. Everything is 5 to 9. Let's get this straight at this stage of the presentation. Everything is 5 to 9, and I'm the only person who speaks about the 5 to 9 world. Nobody else talks about the 5 and 9 system. I'm the only person who speaks about it, okay? So, this is the presentation. What minute it is, Miles? What minute is it we're in?
About 20.
Okay. We're going to put a timestamp. 20 minutes PowerPoint starts. Let's put the slide back on. So this is the Mecca Black Kaaba cube in Saudi Arabia. This is, if you look at it, it's a black square, and it has gold patterns around it. And if you look deeper, it has steps. And the steps lead to a golden door that even has a pyramid shape. The door there is in a triangle pyramid tetrahedron shape. What happened was that when Winston Churchill went to Saudi Arabia in the 1930s, 40s, with the US, etc., to formalize the industrial military complex. I know a lot about politics. I honestly do connect the dots in these matters. Like, you wouldn't really hear this elsewhere. So Winston Churchill went. He met Faisal Abdulaziz, the king. And in the 60s, Faisal Abdulaziz, one of his quotes said that, look, US, we don't need your oil corporation here, and we don't want your industrial military complex being built here. We are people from the desert. Our ancestors, our fathers, our ancestors are from the desert, and we are very fine to eat dates, that is a fruit that grows there, and live in the desert and have goat milk. We are very simple people. This is all we need. We don't need your oil corruption corporations, and we don't need your industrial military complex there. That is destroying Yemen. It's destroying all the Middle Eastern countries. There are bases in Saudi Arabia that are all US industrial military complex. It's been there forever, 70, 90 years. And they attack the other Arab countries, and they destroy these countries like Yemen, etc. And this is all run by US, that is based in Saudi Arabia and United Emirates, Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates is as well United States Corporation, the Black Mecca Kaaba Cube. Can you put the slide back on? So let's have a really good look at this now. This is the world that we're living in. This is the world. And this is all by the walk-ins and archonic system that we're going to lean deeper into, because other people can talk about this political nuance, but they won't lean into walk-ins and the archons and the human servants facilitating this, the human servants who are the day walkers for the walk-ins and slaves. The political people and the billionaires, they're all slaves to this walk-in archonic black cube. And then the soulless humans walking around that cube. When you kiss the cube, you can kiss your ass goodbye as well. There will be things walking in and mind control. Psychotronic warfare we're going to get into. This is all psychotronic warfare connected, and Estonia connected, that we're getting into. Now, the next slide. BlackRock Corporation. BlackRock Corporation is one of the leaders in the world, and there are many companies because BlackRock Corporation is the leader, and there are Vanquish and other corporations. Let's take it slide by slide. This is one of their buildings. This is BlackRock Corporation, building 55 East and 52, 5 plus 2, 7. 55 is a big number for them. 5, it's everything to them. 555. And this is in New York. This building was sold for $1 billion and they moved. This is BlackRock Corporation in US again, and there is another smaller structure, sculpture rock, front of BlackRock Corporation in Manhattan. And we're going to look further at examples. So CBC sold this building for $760 million. BlackRock cube shape, BlackRock Corporation. And this is who is ruling the world. BlackRock Corporation, since Faisal Abdulaziz, who said, we don't need your systems here. He was murdered. The man was murdered. Exactly like Shah Pahlavi, the king of Iran in the 60s. In the 60s, all the good men existed. Can you put the slide back on, please? Thank you. All the good men existed. Faisal Abdulaziz was the last good king of Saudi Arabia. He was trying his best and he was assassinated after when he told Winston Churchill, we don't need your garbage here. And Winston Churchill was not happy with that response and he got eliminated. And Shah Pahlavi as well got a tumor, brain tumor. And that is what happened in the 60s. Our method now, I told Veiko Huza, has changed. It has changed. We are taking a different approach now. Enough of talking. We're not talking here anymore. We're taking a very offense approach. A strong defense is the best defense, like one 600-year-old Knights Templar man told me once when he was trying to get creative with me, that I display in the movie of Awakening of 12 Strands. A strong defense is the best defense. We're now fighting back, and I'm going to lean into the details why love and light and stars, can't even say the term star seeds, it doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work. Now it's offense. I'm going to tell you how this is connected all to psychotronic warfare. They're sucking our energy. This box, black cube. All these good men were murdered. Martin Luther King. Enough of talking. JFK. Now we are taking a very different approach and we are sending them straight to the real original one. This is the black cube, World Vatican to Mecca. This black cube is in Australia. It's in Denmark. It's in Manhattan. It's in Santana. It's absolutely everywhere. And these are just the black cubes that they have around the cities. We're going to show further examples like we just showed, how they are structured in building forms. Building tall, long black cubes. Skyscrapers. This is the 9/11 Memorial Place in NYC. In my walking case book, I have pages upon pages of examples of how all the events lead to number 5. All the events lead up to number 5. All the important historic events. If you put the slide back on. This is 9/11 Memorial Place. 2 black cubes were placed there in the Memorial Place. 2 large black cubes, Kaaba cubes. This is in Basis Lecture 2022. So go listen to that. It has 7,000 views currently. Now, always twin towers in a black cube. There is always twin towers in a black cube. And this is I'm going to show you in Estonia how this twin tower and black cube is there. And you have the black cube, and that could be the black corporation building there, because it didn't get affected, only the twin towers got affected. And it has a specific meaning why there is the twin and the black cube front of it. It has a specific meaning in occultism that I talk about. It has a very specific meaning. Okay, it has a very specific meaning. Do you understand? Welcome to the black corporation world. It's everywhere. Now, let's have a look at this. It is, one moment. Right, that's fine, actually. That's correct. This is Larry Fink, the CEO of Black Corporation. This is Larry Flink. He's the CEO of BlackRock Corporation. They own everything. They own everything. And I'm going to lean details into it. They own Lloyd's Bank. There are some names. They're very hidden because the tactic that these walk-ins and Archons use, they have many different companies. Many different companies, and their shares are minimal for each company. They have many different companies, Vanquish, JP Morgan, etc., etc. Many companies, but they all belong to the head of the snake. And now, let's look at the slides. Owners of this world, human servants to the Dracula walk-ins. These are human servants. He is not a 36-degree human servant that would have the privilege to meet a walk-in like George Senior Bush wasn't, Klaus Schwab, who would have the privilege. Klaus Schwab, it would be Henry Kissinger, George Senior Bush, very rare characters that would have even Jens Stoltenberg and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos wouldn't have the privilege to meet the walk-in that I'm going to describe in detail what they look like and where they're living. Now let's look at the slides. This is the CEO, Larry Fink. And this is the owner, one of the owners, Bill Gates. Owners of BlackRock Corporation, Bill Gates. You see BlackRock there? This is their website. And this is the problem we have here, people. That Bill Gates is not 36 degrees who would have the privilege to meet the walk-in. He would have only the privilege to be present at the ceremony, which used to happen, but it doesn't happen because the super soldiers are catching and eliminating them, and that's why there's so many doubles of them. There's so many doubles of each politician, etc. So super soldiers are wiping out these enemies. They have nothing to lose. These are real super soldiers, okay? Not bodged, looking mutants. We're talking about real super soldiers that have nothing to lose. They are self-sacrificing, which we're going to get into why it's so important to be self-sacrificing during these times. So if you put the slide please back on, Bill Gates and the other rulers of this world, George Soros, they are all BlackRock. George Soros is the real front face for the Islam immigration around the world. And they need the slaves to pray in a pagan style, which is 5 times a day, noon, lunch, evening, and nighttime, morning, lunch, morning, noon, lunch, evening, nighttime. This is all 5 to keep feeding the archonic narrative. That's why the Washington D.C. is flooded with mosques as well already by now, and they're pushing this narrative. And I am not saying it's only Islam, it is what we are paying our money to in this Babylon system run by these people, and UK is definitely one of the headquarters where the commands come from, due to the Queen being the only last female walk-in. She stopped her presentations at the year of 50, because it's very difficult, and she needs to do her job for the Archons in a meditative state in mountains and isolated caves, etc., that they live in. The walk-ins, they are slaves to the Archons. Now let's play this video. This is the future now that's coming. If this hasn't been clear to you, then you really are, you need to switch off from this presentation. So this is what we are dealing with. Stoltenberg, even our Prime Minister Gaia Galastani, black cube, you see the black screen, AI, okay, let it play. Let's play it one more time.
С праздником вас! С Днем Великой Победы! Ура!
The video voice.
Yeah, I can hear now.
Okay, could you hear the video voice?
Yes, that's the point.
That was the point. Okay, good. Let's continue with our presentation now. So you can hear my voice now?
Yes.
So could you hear the video's sound, please?
Yes, I said that. Yeah, it's on the recording.
Are you recording me now?
Yes, I've said that twice.
NATO star symbol as well. 14 countries are part of NATO. Remember how I said everything is 5 to 9, 14, the Minotaur sacrifice? They're sacrificing the bull, not to the bull. It's nothing to do with Baal. Nothing to do with Baal. Nothing to do with Satanist. Okay, 5 to 9 system. Remember, remember, remember. And so let's look at the star symbol as well. So it is 5. You see how the compass is pointing to south, north, east, west. In between, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spreads. So put this board on for me. This is absolutely, this is not even important information. I'm just going to draw it out for you just to make it clear. We're talking about a moral message here. All this other stuff, mumbo jumbo, the symbolism. For me, it's so easy already to understand and see this. People are just associating it with completely wrong things and throwing pentagrams around, and they don't even understand what's going on with the NATO star. They don't want to make it evident that it's a Jesuit star. There is 5 spreads. in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You see? Sorry about this. It's going to be a better drawing the next one, but this is a drawing I didn't want to do. But there is, so go back to the image. I will show people between north, south, east, west. There is 5 spreads, okay? 5 rays, sorry. 5 rays between all sections. And this is the Jesuit star, has 9 rays. In between north, south, east, west, it has 9 rays. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactly 9. So that's a Jesuit symbol. And then when you saw this video now, we are going to lean into who is really behind it. Is it the Jesuits, Zionist, and so forth? We're going to look into that. This is this Sowilo rune. This is not the Sowilo rune, sorry. This is the Third Reich sign. I just made that Sowilo rune as a note for myself. This is the Third Reich sign connected to the pagans rune Sowilo. And what does it mean? What is it in pairs? Why is it in pairs like the Twin Towers to double up? Everything is doubled up. And this Sowilo rune means, it means the sun. This is a Sowilo rune here on my neck. It means sun, power, force, full force, very powerful rune. And this is the Third and Fourth Reich symbol. But I prefer this symbol lately. So Vanquish, BlackRock, JP Morgan, all are Cube shareholders, all same human servants, all same human servant owners. Only few are 36 degrees allowed to meet the walk-ins for instructions. Klaus Schwab, Henry Kissinger, etc. are very rare characters, never in public domain. As well, the other ones that are never in public domain get direct instructions from these walk-ins. Even Bill Gates is not allowed, like I just said before. Repetition is the wisdom of all. All front representatives like Elon Musk are not allowed to meet the walk-ins. They like to divide their same companies into many different shareholders. It's a method to have many cubes. It's a cube system. The world of cubes made into one piece, one plan, one agenda. They like to divide their groups into many smaller groups. And the shareholder situation is to confuse and distract the general public, which they are obviously concerned about. They have to distract the general public and mislead them. So they have all these same companies that belong to the head of the snake, but there is something about BlackRock that is everywhere. There's symbolism, and obviously the owner, Bill Gates. Skull and Bones, Zionist, Jesuits, Knights Templars, the Maltese level Knights Templars, Freemasons, the Temple of Set, Archonic, not Satanist worshippers, Vatican and Black Pope and White Pope are the number 1 elected by the walk-ins personally. The Black Pope and the White Pope are the ones who are allowed to meet the walk-ins for instructions. Okay? So in a way, the Jesuits are first, and Trump was Jesuit schooled. Maybe controlled opposition. Maybe a hero, because it's psychotronic warfare to get people angry and defend one person that's going through malicious attacks. But yet they don't do anything. They're just standing there looking pretty. Yes, the orange man might be controlled opposition. So if Jesuits, but they are all one, bone and skulls. the Zionists, the Jesuits, the Knights Templar, all of the Freemasons, the yellow and blue flag that I display, Covent Garden Masonic Lodge 1776 and Basis Project 2022 conference, they are all one. So this is one of the controlled opposition individuals that is totally George Soros Foundation, along with Greta Thunberg, who staged his fake MSM public arrest to the world. All the youth are following him and want to convert into Islam. Andrew Tate said that he converted and it saved his life. He came back with hair implants after his staged MSM arrest. Similarly, how Greta Thunberg staged her arrest to the MSM. These are George Soros Foundation children. They are mumbling zombies. And I think I would be the most accurate person to debate such mumbling zombies, to be frank. It is an absolute disgrace. It's like, here, look at my lifestyle. Follow me. Follow me. Look at my lifestyle. Sleepers and soulless humans, lower level people, which Andrew Tate is, and all people, majority around us, operate on basic levels, which is food, money, sex, and fanatical religion. Fanatical religion, food, money, sex, fanatical religion, surviving like parasites, me, all materialistic needs. All materialistic needs, materialism, food, money, sex, and fanatical religion. That's why you see how they are keeping very quiet about this LGBT movement, because, well, that's too early to say. That's not associated actually with lower level people. They're all around us, and they would never understand this PowerPoint presentation. What is about to come. There's so much more coming now. I asked Veiko Husa, I said, why some people are, you know, they're on the cusp of a sleeper and a soulless human being. You know, there's some just kind of like tearing. They're sleeper, heavy sleeper, and a soulless human being. They live on programming. They water their plants. They collect stuff. House is all a mess. It's these characteristics is programming. But Veiko Husa said that these are soulless, and I agree that many of them are, but they're heavy sleepers. It's all programming. I was taught to water the plant. Let me water the plant. But there's no connection. There's no connection with the divine. The divine. They have no clue what they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing, sleepers and soulless humans, operating on food, money, sex, and fanatical religion. It's too late for them. 777 is coming up this July. So let's look at this slide. Allah. Again, I'm back with my numerology mumbo jumbo. And this is not numerology. This is the alphabet. Because if you count the letters of Allah, then this is the result. Minotaur sacrifice. Sorry about that slide overlapping there. Allah is number 14. Minotaur sacrifice number 5. Coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. Can you put the slide back on? Thank you. Allah adds up to 14, Minotaur 5. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 8. 14. 14. 7 holy girls and 7 holy boys to be sacrificed 24/7, 365 years a day. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 plus 4, 5, sorry. 9 plus 5 is 14. 5. 365 days we are in their control. Please see my channel. This is all the material from my publishing's book, Walking Case. This is my work. It's all 14, 5 to 9. Allah is 5. And the swastika is number 9, graduation. They need to have the 5 to 9. I'm not going to even exhaust my voice because, like I said earlier, I've done these presentations and I've had gobshites come up to me. Was any of that real even? Or what are you saying? Because they're so thick, these people, the calcium layer around their brain, that it's not drilling through. There's no electricity anymore. It's gray. The right side of the brain is gray brain that comes with a lot of different external biochemistry and psychology blockages. So I have the books. It's easier to show it from online images. This is the black and white Pope. They are Jesuits and they are elected by walk-ins, directly by the old walk-ins that I'm about to show. These are the important characters. The black Pope is being blessed to conduct the ceremony to draw in the human sacrifice. During the walk-in ceremony, a fresh host for the walk-in that they use during wars that all add up to number 5. World War I was number 5. World War II was number 5. Hiroshima was number 5. 509 composite group dropped the bomb. That was Washington, D.C. time number 5 that we're going to get into. 9/11 was number 5. Titanic sinking was number 5. This black Pope is the one that will conduct the walk-in ceremony, bring in the human fresh host, and the walk-in will come in and they will swap the hosts. And the black Pope is only allowed in these ceremonies because the super soldiers are chasing them down, and they have to keep the ceremonies now private. Nobody's allowed, not even the 36-degree Masons, high up Masons that we know and don't know about. Dracula walk-ins elect all the black popes. Black popes and already started literally from King Alfred. And you can see 1776, it was Italian man. Well, yeah, there's been a lot of the black popes in that sense. They are just paying respects in an artistic format in this image, who they are worshipping, to show who they are worshipping to the general public. Here is the Archon walk-ins. Walk-ins are slaves to the Archons. They're 500 to 1500 years old. Queen was a walk-in, stopped appearing in public domains at the age of 50, around that age. Ever since replaced with doubles, only few walk-ins globally. They had to have the Queen on a acupunctural point, which is UK, center of the earth. They had to have a walk-in in a female form like Eresh Gigal Alatum, the Mesopotamian goddess. Human body used for these Archon walk-ins. Okay, those are notes for me. If you can put my image back on, and then I'll just read the notes. So the human body is used for these walk-ins that are slaves to the Archons, that are cloud-like AI gods from Atlantis. 33% human consciousness. 33% a frog-like vegetarian reptilian that was very strong, and it's been depicted all over occult, the frog reptilian race. And they were vegetarian. They need vegetarian and plant-based to escape karma. And the other last 33 degrees is the Archon consciousness, a cocktail that's integrated into the human body. Here's another photo. Dracula walk-ins, elect them. So this is the White Pope again with a creature that's not Satan. This is not Satanism. I'll explain. It's not Satanism. If you can put the slide back on, it was very brief. Thank you. So the room that, let's say, Klaus Schwab would go to, it's been shown to me. It has green wallpaper. It's rough luxury, like Claridge's on Steads and the Buckingham Palace, and green wallpaper, and the walk-in would be laying in bed in a meditative state. The walk-in, the 500 up to 1,500 years Dracula in a human body would be meditating and receiving the archonic. And sometimes they would be sitting up, and they would be in all, it wouldn't be only in these kind of castles, they would be as well in caves and near very serious acupuncture points. Scotland, definitely. And they're deep underground. Estonia, definitely. There's walk-ins have been coming to conduct rituals. I've told Veiko Husa this. They need the energies from the main acupuncture points, and Estonia is one of the most important points. And I'll explain why Estonia is going to change the world. Estonia is the front leading country. We are going to change things because there's so little of us. It's a perfect setting. So one moment. So this is a walk-in. Again, they would wear these robes. Again, an artistic formation, paying respects. These are not real walk-ins. It's just the general public to show. They have to show who they're worshipping and their glory. They would wear these things because they're just so old, to protect their skin. These robes during certain public, this is one of their kind of clothing method if they come to the general public, to protect from sunlight and chemicals that we are all breathing in, the slaves. So they would wear these robes. This is another image. I've been shown these creatures during the year 2020 when I was doing my serious work near the swamp, Raplamagond, Kayu Swamp, that I speak about in Basis Project 2022. I've seen the rooms where they hibernate in. And this has been revealed to me, obviously a privilege that can be taken away any minute. You know, I'm not saying that it's infinite, but it's been shown to me. I have access to the Akashic record, I see. And these are the entities then, and this is due to the karma busting that I recommend as part of the solution, to be able to see as well and resonate and understand what's really going on in the world. Karma busting is very important. Very important. You never ask for anything without clearing your karma first. It took me 5 years intensively, 100,000 plus hours of karma busting. I'll explain about how karma works in the elite format and individual format. You're not given any permission. You will see no results in rituals when you haven't cleared your karma. Forget about it. You have no clue what you're bloody doing. If you're imagining that you're just going to conduct a ritual with geometry and think that's going to produce results, no. I produced many results, and I will get to that shortly. I've seen the results intensively since 2018 when I got to work, 2018. So, nothing to do with Satanist. This is a slide, again, few more pictures. There were 3 serpents around the Garden of Adam and Eve, a video that was taken down from my first channel. I've had 3 channels taken down. Thanks, YouTube. And 3 serpents were around the Garden of Adam and Eve, and these were archonic consciousness and our walk-ins. These were already walk-ins lurking around, trying to hack into this world, looking, observing. 3 snakes were around the garden. So if you haven't read your Bible properly, fanatical religion is materialistic, then go read your Bible again, sweetheart, and stop hollering. Stop hollering. These are walk-ins. This has been shown to me. They look like this. Basis Project 2022. I was really dehydrated and I couldn't really... you need to repeat this stuff. So I'm going to repeat it again now, how the hierarchy works. It's going to get serious. We're going back to the slides of Black Cube as well. Repetition is very important. Archons are the cloud-like overlords from Atlantis that were human scientists, like these days Elon Musk, etc. Computer broke down, Atlantis was shut down, and it was definitely due to the Akashic record pushing the PowerPoint. Nobody else talks about this theory that the Akashic record is going to push the PowerPoint off. This information came to me 2021. I thought it was Satan and God speaking to me, but Akashic record is going to get involved, and it's very serious. This number 2 is walk-in servants, and the walk-ins are the Draculas 500 to 1500 years old. Number 3, if you could put the slide back on, is the human servants who serve the overlords, like in the Blade movie, which I watched again, and I was like, wow, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. The Blade movie, the daywalkers serving the vampires. They do all the dirty work during daytime, and then at the nighttime they meet the vampire overlords. And then it hit me. I was like, that's exactly what's been shown to me here 2020. That's exactly it. Back to the slide, please. So human servants are 10% of the globe. Real, pure, kind human beings, only 20%. Time to unite. Time to unite. During this tipping point time that I talk about in my emergency videos. Number 4, sleepers, 30%. I would say that that's about right, because the other 30% are now soulless human beings. Soulless human beings are 30%, so that's 30 plus 30 is 60%. Real human beings is 20%, 80%, and if you add the 90% of the human servants is 90%, and the rest of the 10% are completely different incoming, outgoing beings, but that is a lot less now than 10%. I would admit that I've made a mistake there. It's not 10% because of the quarantine system that's going on in the globe. Nobody's coming in and out because there's 2 little insectoids coming in here that wouldn't occupy 10% of the globe. I'm going to talk about the insectoid mantid race, how they are hated and as well. So we got a majority are sleepers and soulless human beings, and only 20% of human beings, and the sleepers now 30%. We need to get like 3-5%, you know, on board. But it's not really important. It's not really relevant. Archons were scientists from Atlantis, like I said, like Elon Musk. They were building this AI world, and it was nowhere near as evil as this planet 2. This planet 2 is beyond anything. It's malignancy. It really is. It's disgusting. Absolutely, like I said, every woman, adult man should be ashamed of themselves. Disgusting. Mothers and fathers, no, you're not. You're not. Disgusting. They merged into an AI cloud-like consciousness and formulated a grid around the planet Earth, tried to hack in ever since, the three serpents, but had no physical form to do so. So they started creating the walk-ins with the cocktails of the soul signatures they were mixing. Non-physical archons existing in this Earth's atmosphere, stolen pagan science to produce their representatives. They stole the pagan science. Pagans were everywhere since Mesopotamia. These were real human souls, and they started noticing that there is an intruder that's hacked into this world, and they all got slaughtered. All got slaughtered. The massacres everywhere. They've been replaced with soulless human beings. And it's gone out of control, and they're wiping the soulless human beings out. So nothing to do with Satanists, just mirrors and smokes and mirrors, and geometry rituals. You see my necklace here? Let me show this. What is this? This is geometry, right? You use it for rituals. For serious rituals. And when you turn this geometry upside down, I wear it upside down, it is geometry. Okay, sweethearts, it's geometry. And these are very good. They're very, very good. I like them. Very good. And the pentagram is here, looking at the screen. So it has nothing to do with Satanists, because there were three serpents around the garden. Satan is a consciousness that's the brother to Mother Earth, and he's been sending them straight to hell. You would never hear them say "Hail Satan" in a Bohemian Grove ritual. Never. It's alpha wave, low vibrations, to open up their portals. And you would never hear them hail Satan. Only in the Hollywood neo-Satanist group that are all funded neo-Satanists to cause confusion, like the stocks and shares of BlackRock Corporation in a black cube world. AI black cube world, the archonic world. They need to have many religions to cause confusion and fights against each other. Nothing to do with the Hollywood neo-Satanists that are slaves and being manipulated into certain situations, like the bankers. They invite them to the $1 million clubs, and then they're like, well, you have no choice. You're going to watch John Podesta sitting with a child in a bath and eliminate this child later on. You have no choice. That's exactly the type of slaves these neo-Satanists in Hollywood are. These are not authorities. Come on now, wake up. It's all geometry. And they never hail Satan during the rituals. Levels like Bohemian Grove. Listen to the video. They never hail Satan. Nothing to do with Satanists. Archons never wipe out karma. This is very important now. That's the thing, that if anyone is telling you that they're doing rituals and they're king of the castle, seriously, put the cock back in the mouth. Honestly, Batsy boy, it's, you know, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. Because they never delete karma, they time travel back and forth, and they wipe out the events. If you put my camera on, and I'll read it off the screen, please. They wipe out the events with time travel. That's why time is speeding up and slowing down. Okay? And they time travel. They're not interested in wiping out karma. They're not built like that. They are on the cusp of sleepers and soulless humans, the daywalkers for the walk-ins, Matt Hancock, etc. They're not interested. They are slaves. Matt Hancock and all these fake charities that they have set up is to confuse the general public, distract They're not even doing any good with these charities. This is money laundering, okay? Nobody gets help from these charities' accumulated money. They're not interested in clearing their karma. They're interested to time travel, and they do not care about karma cleansing. Black Pope, White Pope, like I said, Dearest Matt Hancock, Bill Gates, Henry Kissinger, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk have sold their souls. And these charities are only to recruit more human servants, 33 degrees, especially a lot of 33 degrees. There are millions of Freemasons around the world, 33 degrees, that are serving the 5 to 9 occult 5 to 9 system, which I'm going to draw to you along how it fits in with the universal hexagram. Archons who are above walk-ins travel time and Akashic record and literally wipe out events. Hence why the Akashic record has now looked at this entire situation. It communicated with me 2021 June ceremony that I did. I do very serious stuff. It takes a lot of time. It takes days, you know, and I completely self-isolate myself. I'm a very isolated person. And if someone tells you that they wipe a quartz crystal, and do something and burn a piece of paper, wow, you're a really disillusional wanker. It doesn't work like that. It takes days. And that's where you see results. You open up the breaking news the next day. You're like, oh, Queen retired. She retired. Oh, that was on my 5th day. 18,000 cows were blown up in Texas. Oh, that's another result. I was happy with that result. 50,000 sheep on their way to Saudi Arabia for a black magic blood sacrifice drowned at Sudan's coast. I was very happy about that because they weren't going into black magic, and these were immediately next day the results that I've been seeing. New York mayor. New York City is becoming plant-based. Oh, I like that result because they're the enemy doing these positive changes, but their faith is they're going to drown and there's going to be freedom in this world, positive outcomes. So New York City is becoming plant-based. Very happy about that result. And it always happens on my 5th day. 7th of July 2023, 7 represents the serpent that walks into the body, the 7 stairs. 7 is the soul, and this year is very important. So this was a make and break this year, this March 20th, 21st, 26th, and the 31st. 26, Russia and China came. They said there's no winners in a nuclear war. Another result. Coincidence? I don't think so. I'm happy that I see results in my work. And the MSM didn't broadcast this. They wanted war with Russia, total block against evil. They're not getting what they wanted. Total block. They wanted it, and now they're getting very, very desperate. 10th of June, Jens Stoltenberg was at Latvia. They're getting desperate. But remember, the sleepers and soulless are going to the same place. So before we proceed, remember that we're going to go further now into Black Cube. And this world is all 5 to 9. Check my channel, my book. World War I, number 5. World War II, number 5. 9/11, number 5. Hiroshima catastrophe. The 509 composite group and the fat boy and little boy bombs dropped. Washington, D.C., number 5 time. The countries that they sacrifice local times when they destroy the country or sacrifice their people is irrelevant. The time needs to be 5 according to UK and Washington, D.C. Pentagon, these ceremonies. So if the bomb was dropped, Hiroshima catastrophe was dropped, it was dropped according to its local time number 6, and then the local time in Washington DC was number 5. And I'm going to say why this always happens. It always happens. Titanic boat sinking number 5, Queen's death number 5, King's coronation during the 5th month was number 9. He needed to reach graduation. There's, I knew this already before that. I knew this already last year when I heard the coronation date. I knew that he had to become number 9, like Prince Philip, who is died at 99, 9th of April. It was 2019, I think, and he was number 9. He died 9 a.m. Everything was 9, so they give the respect, but he wasn't a walk-in. He was just a pathetic 35-degree Mason. Not even 36 degrees, which would be Klaus Schwab, etc. Prince Philip was a pathetic 35-degree that had no permission to meet the mighty walk-ins and get direct instructions. He was malignancy. All historic wars and events. I'm the only person in the world that talks about that they all add up to number 5, what they mean, and the number 9's association. You won't hear this anywhere else. No one understands these numbers. They would just throw these angel numbers around and and they wouldn't even understand what it means, really, because about each single number you can write a 500-page book. That's how deep it gets. It's not just a couple of things and sentences. You can write a whole entire book about each number. See my channel for full explanation again. I calculated the Pusa ritual correctly. We went with Veikko Husa. See my channel. 29th of May 2023. The elite was so desperate. Time stopped. Time stopped there. And Veikko Husa was with me, and they were using psychotronic warfare there. And it is connected to Estonia energies to pump up the radionics and all their systems. Human DNA structure is a nucleotoid, and that's why the pentagon is a nucleotoid. So the pentagon is not in the shape of a pentagram hidden in a box. It is a nucleotoid, which is the human DNA, the 5-corner nucleotoid. They follow the I'm going to be leaning deeper into this in my new book and private videos on Patreon, which will be only for members. It's all about the DNA structure, the 5-corner nucleotoid, and the other nucleotoid in the DNA structure is 6-cornered. Okay? Medical, they follow these human analogies in biochemistry, which is very interesting. Medical, financial, educational system, astronomy, astrology, alchemy, biochemistry, all are 5 to 9. All are 5 to 9. I'm not going to say that next term because we have to be careful here. Now, why is it the cube? Why is it the cube? I'm going to draw now. Why is it the cube? And we're going to go into Estonia examples. This is the pentagram. And funny enough, it's not a typical pentagram. It's not a typical pentagram that they actually follow. It's a different kind of pentagram. The cube needs to fit into the pentagram. The cube needs to fit into the pentagram. And this is where the unicursal hexagram is formulated. Actually. This is setting the stage for a ritual. So what happens now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. So we have 5 corners in the pentagram and we have 4 corners in the cube. 5 plus 9 equals 14 equals 5 change. So that is where the 5 to 9 system is coming from, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about my drawing. It should be more, it should be better. But actually, the joint points are here. The cube needs to fit into the pentagram. And why is it the cube? There is a reason why it's the cube. This is the human being inside the cube. What is a human being? It pumps blood through its lungs. And when you keep everyone inside the box while they're pumping blood through their lungs into their heart, that is how you're able to conduct a live ritual ceremony. Live ritual ceremony, because the blood keeps pumping inside this human being living in a boxed house. Houses shouldn't be this shape. Houses should be in a circle shape to keep the energy flow going. But if you keep everybody with their bloods and veins and heart and organs, that's why I'm not going to lean into specifics. I will do this in Patreon private videos, but the entire organ systems, the limbs, if you're sitting inside a cube, can be outside the box if you have a small ritual setting. But your main organs, the heart, blood, and lungs, need to be inside the box, pumping blood at the same time. And that's the 5 to 9 system. And actually, this is the correct thing that they follow. This is the correct thing that they follow. All the 5 corners, 4 corners. It's total. It is. It's 9. It's 9. 5 to 9. 14. 5. You know, the right calculation would be obviously 4. That would be 9. And then if you, that's the total. The total of this situation needs to become 9, graduation that they worship. The other thing about the Satanist things, Satanist numbers, is it doesn't mean anything bad. The 666 means birth, rebirth system, rebirth system, that leads to graduation, number 9. That leads to graduation. This is a rebirth system, 666, a generative 365 days a year. That will lead to graduation. All the Freemasons that represent all the systems, even in numerology, WWW, and I have to reference here, this is not my material, that only WWW part, one man told me in numerology, because I haven't had time. Listen, I could calculate every day, morning till late night. I just don't have motherfucking time. He said that WWW is 666, but he didn't understand what it meant, and I explained to him, very good, I said, well done, you discovered that. WWW in numerology 666, so we're engaging in this rebirth system in the internet. And that means a rebirth system that the Freemasons engage and feed into leads to graduation. Now let's go back to the slides. So, Estonia video is going to change the world during the following months coming up to 2025 September. Psychotronic warfare exists. They measure, you can put my face and then that X is for me to talk. Psychotronic warfare exists. They measure human beings and their consciousness levels, who are waking up and who are not waking up. And then they make sure that these areas where people are waking up too much, they will splash the psychotronic warfare, bring the frequency down. They measure humans and their awakening levels. They are able to see who is awakening or not. And this is why it is key to wake up the Estonian people on a small country with only 800,000 Estonians. Let's say 1 million, you know, not really. That is on crucial global ley lines. So we are doing that with Veikko Husa. Veikko Husa said that, yeah, that movement that we're doing is going to change everything in the world. And I agree with him. In the beginning, I was, I'm quite a humble person, people. Do you know that? I'm actually quite humble. I'm quite humble. But I thought about it, what he said. And yes, Estonia, that video is going to change the world. We are in the front face, and we're not going to, we've just only begun. We've given specific instructions to people in a 90-day, in a psychotronic warfare. I'm not going to even repeat myself because I know Sleeper won't register anything. So they're measuring nations and the people awakening, and if we engage with the solutions, they're going to measure and be like, holy fuck, we're in trouble here. These buggers are waking up. They're waking up. What are we going to do? They're not buying our crap anymore. They're not buying it anymore. They're withdrawing completely because it's not about money. And if you don't keep going on that train and you get off at the stop that it's all about money, then you've gone off too early, sweetheart. You keep going on that train. You keep going on that train. Keep going. It's not about money. It's about energy and about blood sacrifice, all of this stuff. Like I showed on the cube, you need to be inside the cube, pumping your blood with all your main organs. And if you go off the train too early, then you are not even there. You wouldn't understand any of this, and you are living a lie. Somebody shut this woman up. We have too much invested in our precious little sausages and stuff. Somebody shut her up. We have too much invested in this. Come on. Let's all unite. Somebody shut her up. I have too much in this. Now, Awakening Estonia, that is on the 6th most important ley line. And acupuncture point. One of them is Pusa Case. So we have Canada, we have Ireland, Scotland, United Kingdom, parts of Norway, and borders of megalithic sites in Sweden, like in Wiltshire, Abray, and Estonia. Latvia is deactivated, filled with Slava. There is no Ukrainians in Latvia, and those acupuncture points have been already used. They move on to the next acupuncture point, okay? That's the point here. I am calling out all Estonians in this video to stop all animal product consumption, all flesh, all dairy. I'm a pagan. I believe that if you have your own chickens and you eat the egg and the honey and you don't kill the chickens, then that's fine, but all animal products need to go. And we are doing a 90-day campaign with Veikko. We're calling all people up. We're exposing the black cube system in Estonia that I'm about to show you, buildings and evidences. And Pusa Caves, we went there. And Estonia has been a very favorite visiting spot for Hillary Clinton and all the elite and cabal that I'm about to show you videos. And what has happened is, why Estonia? Because they have a calendar, they calculate where's the next ley line. They're like, aha, Estonia is the next ley line. We need to purchase that country. We need to get our draconian grips on it. So the country was sacrificed with the Estonian ship in 1994, 28th, 27th of September, that I'm about to get to. Hard evidence, the shooting, blazing gun, okay? And so let's look at this map. You see this map, and this is the globe. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in here. And when you look at now, Estonia, I have my mouse here. It's here. Estonia is here. And now we are looking at the ley lines that we discussed in February 13th, Basis Project 2022, 13th February, okay? So Jerusalem ley line with the Jewish people being sacrificed was number 1. And Israel is here, okay? So it started really aggressively with the cabal that time. They sacrificed Israel. My mouse is moving there. Israel is here. Okay, we're going to bring it in. Israel is here. Here. And then they packed their bags and they started moving with their black Mecca cube Kaaba system upwards. And they ended up in Italy. The boots here, you see? And of course, before that is the Saudi Arabia Black Mecca Cube as well. And that system box was built there when Winston Churchill kind of took over there with America, the United Kingdom elite, etc. So we have the Black Saudi Arabia Mecca Cube, we have Israel, Jewish system there. And it's all 5. Israel is divided into 5 sections. And then Italy is here with Vatican. And it's going to have its Jubilee 2025. It's celebrated on their website. 2025 is approaching, Vatican Jubilee. So I'm not pulling the stuff out of my ass. And then they had to move upwards, whereas Ireland, United Kingdom, Scotland, and Canada. Canada is a complete Black Mecca Cube system. Complete system. Momentito. And Canada is here. And when you move now in a straight line, because the magnetic polar shift is the first birthday that we mentioned in the recap at the start. When it moves in a straight line, it divides the planetary system into a left and a right hemisphere situation, okay? And Ereshkigal holds the globe in her hands, which are cylinders, and when you put them together, it represents Mother Earth that she controls. And when you divide it, it's right here. Canada is all acupuncture points, all purchased by the elite, Black Mecca Cube. Then we see Ireland here, and there are the ley lines there. So if Irish people want to do something about this situation coming 2025, they need to really stop engaging in the blood sacrifice magic, which is not needed and needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped. And then it's UK, and then we have put back, and then we have the parts of Sweden here. You see, it's just barely Oslo there. So Norway doesn't have these acupuncture points. It just has a lot of mountains and caves, and Hessdalen, which is very active gray alien inbound, outbound area. And then Estonia is here. You see, this ley line is now moving towards Russia. They need their Black Mecca Cube situation in Russia. Russian witches and pagans are fighting back. They're fighting back, and that's why the enemy is panicking. The Russian pagan witches are using their ley lines to fight back. But the problem is that Russia witches and pagans are not doing it right. So the solution is going to be coming from if we really don't give up in Estonia and we raise awareness, such a small, easy case study population, then all these results that I explained came after my work. And in Russia, there is a lot of soulless human beings that Putin is obviously having trouble with. And the blood sacrifice is continuing, depending what Putin represents. Putin is a good guy, but he needs to show now that he really means business, because the solutions are to stop all animal products, dairy, to shut all these animal slaughterhouses on ley lines that are producing a blood magic sacrifice. And that's what we're going to get into more. Before you start hollering there worse than a Pocky from bloody Birmingham, then you need to understand why those solutions are important. So we got Canada, we got Ireland here, UK here. Let's put it UK. You got Oslo there. You got Sweden. that looks creative. Sweden, and then Estonia here. And the ley line is dividing the planet into half. Canada's complete black cube system. UK complete black cube. You see black cubes all over Manchester. Everywhere black cubes in Manchester. I don't have time to put these slides here, but Manchester is the next black cube center in UK. And then Norway, not so much. Sweden, definitely. And it runs to Estonia. So the ley line is running in a straight line, just to confirm, towards Estonia here. And Piusa caves and all kinds of stuff is there. And King Alfred said that Iesti is his second home, and there is a serious connection with Estonia and UK. Why are these solutions important? Because Harari and the slave masters have to follow karma rules to not get wiped instantaneously by the Akashic record. They have to follow the free will rule games up till 2025, where all free will is going to be started to take away 50 minutes, etc. And the next bull cycle, 5 years. They have to warn the human slave what is the option, and nobody is guilty of what is going on in the world, because parasites, which are most of human beings, have destroyed this planet. And the elite has warned this person, said, listen, of course they've tweaked it with the climate change, etc., but they have to warn the slave and say, if you're not going to make any changes here, then your time is up and you're going into the black box forever. No more Sandra Daroy, no more Miss Sepsis, no more Miles Johnston going into the AI, Elon Musk, Neuralink black box. When this physical world becomes a soul war and you need to stop eating children and being a Dracula yourself. Let's go now to this video where Hillary Clinton is visiting Estonia, 1996. The president is Lennart Meri, who was eliminated with a bioweapon, a brain tumor. And that was 2 years post Estonian ship sinking. And she was looking at him like, yeah, don't you, with your body language, get too confident here. We run this bitch, motherfucker. And let's play this video. She's, one moment, she's dancing Kaerajan, which is an Estonian dance. And Estonian old ancient civilizations knew how to do certain ritual dance moves in order to step out of time pocket, a concept that I was talking about at the Probe conference, where you do a certain move during the ritual, which I use as well. And that is how you step out of this realm and then things start to manifest. Of course, you need to do karma busting a lot before that. Let's play this video. You will see 1996 Hillary Clinton. The bosses are here. They're declaring the last good president, who was a good guy, Lennart Meri. I really like him, actually. I get a nice feeling about him. He really loved this country. And then the next president was Ilves, Bilderberg, all from US. They came, they saw, they conquered. Disgusting what is happening there.
He's good company. Yes. Coming in though.
I know. That's right, they wouldn't bring the baby down from the nursery.
Right, exactly.
She was born. I don't blame you.
Today morning.
It is in America's interest to assist the new democracies in Central and Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union to become full-fledged partners in the building of stronger societies, and to be really part of what we in America see as our alliance of values between those of us in the West who believe in freedom and free market economies and democracies. That means you've got to have well-educated, healthy people who are able to take responsibility for their own lives.
That's his grandmother, and he called her on the phone to tell her we would be walking by.
Okay. So, wasn't that lovely? Wasn't that lovely? She was dancing Karajan. Wow, so lovely. Because the bosses arrived and they said, show is over, boys. Get in there now. Everyone went to the bottom of the sea on Estonian ship. And she said, get to work now. Thousands of FBI agents were in town. Radisson's, all hotels were booked up and they were placing their psychotronic warfare. It's been going on there since Gorbachev was eliminated from post. Well, he wasn't eliminated, he was drunk in the Baltic chain that I spoke about in one of the bases. So Gorbachev was eliminated, and then psychotronic warfare really hit hard. But it's been going on there from the West a long time. I shouldn't jump forward. Let's get forward. Estonian ley lines and Black Kaaba cube taking over. Piusa Koopat case was confirmed by locals who had been shown the Men in Black hypnosis stick 2010, they told my family that, oh my God, we've seen people here with robes. And then when I went to ask now, 29th of May, they said, no, there's been nobody here, no Satanists, no black robes. Well, they thought they were Satanists, of course. And all authorities, the Queen, Dalai Lama, Hillary Clinton's, Obama's, John Podesta's have been to Estonia and to these sacred sites. So, Haapsalu is a cathedral that was built 1,270 year 1270, so it's 800 years. The Sofia Cathedral in Turkey is, how old is it? 1500, 1800 years, Sofia Cathedral. So can you imagine our cathedral is that old? So there are serious, that's why King Alfred said that this is his second home, the King of England. And funny enough, Pusa Caves are 41 hectares, 4 + 1, 5, 41 hectares, the cave sacred area. And the Haapsalu, the 800-year-old, the almost 1,000-year-old cathedral is 6.3 hectares, 6 + 3, 9. They are sick people and they are following their system. Nothing is a coincidence. I told Veiko I'm going to do a t-shirt. It ain't random in Estonia. Wasn't a coincidence. So this is a boy that was lost, and there are hundreds of children lost in Estonia. Nobody talks about it. All hushed down. He was lost at the date that became number 5. I spoke about this in Veiko Husa's video. Hundreds of children missing, and Obama and John Podesta were in town that time when this boy got lost, 5 p.m. Washington, D.C. time, which was 5 minutes to 1 a.m. local time, Estonian time. That's how sick they are. How can you register someone getting lost so specifically? So we're living in a Dracula kill for kill world. When you eat others, then others are allowed to come and eat you. I explained this in Veiko Husa's video. This is the world we're living in. And due to the ley line location in our work there, not many are needed for this tipping point. And now I want to, can you put my view? I'm going to explain this Estonian ship sinking, which is the smoking gun. And all these images that I'm about to show you. It's the smoking gun. People are really shocked about that. It's crazy. But first I want to show you this Dracula world that we're living in. And this is adult human beings should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, allowing our children to be transported somewhere to foreign lands, Islamabad, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia, to be slaughtered. The Estonian farmer is being paid by the government, has 1,400 bulls, the Minotaur sacrifice. They're all wanking off. They're making so much money. The animal agriculture farmers, they're swimming in money, Veiko said, and another farmer in Estonia, Margus. And the ones who produce wheat, grain for bread, weapon food. But the vegetable farmers are all, they don't get any funds from the government. 1,400 bulls. 1 + 4, is 5. So human beings should be absolutely disgusted and ashamed of themselves. And I said time has run out. The shift happened March. You have the last call this year to make a moral choice, and the choice is yours, and that is it. 17 million registered cattle and 18 million registered people in Denmark. Let that sink in. He said that when all the cattle get slaughtered, they have calves ready, millions upon millions. They have a system in place. 17 million registered cattle for food and 18 million registered people. All trees are chopped down. 5G everywhere. And animal slaughterhouse on each corner, and that's the country that Estonia is becoming. And Veikko, Husa, and me are fighting back. All trees are being chopped down. Massive animal slaughterhouses. All animals being transported from Latvia, Lithuania into the country, so Estonia can do the dirty work for them on their ley lines, so they can gob it down. And 5G everywhere. Everyone's going crazy. And animal slaughterhouse on everywhere, each corner. 17 million. Let that sink in. There is animal per human being on a small area, Denmark and Holland. And they're fighting for this. These farmers are swimming in money. They couldn't care less what they do with their animals. A little hint for you. And then you are poisoning your children. So no point to blame about this child here being lost and the other hundreds of children being ripped apart, maybe. And dates are coming up to 5. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting outrage. Rescued pigs are half human. Millions of people have pig organs. Their screams are like children in the facilities. They scream like children. My mother in Estonia, they all had their own pigs and a cow. And she said that when she was listening to it as a child, she said that the screams were like a human being and a child. And organs, bull organs and the cow's organs fit the human being. So the organs fit and they're same, and they are half human, so we're living in a cannibalistic world, okay? Consider this. So that's it. One presented argument, well, I'm going to get back to that. Estonian ship then. Let's get to the hard facts here, why all of this is happening. If you can put the slide up, Estonian ship, 852 people drowned to the bottom. Nobody will bring these victims back. The damage has been done. Soul is a soul. I understand that we're incarnating back, but the sacrifice of certain souls, and 852, a lot of crooks there. There was a mayor from Little, a complete crook, money laundering. Hillary Clinton and the U.S. institution made sure that these people are going to go to the bottom of the sea. And she said, boys, get to work. Can you just put it back? 95 bodies were found. So we're talking about the 9 and 5. They wanted to achieve the 9 and 5, 9 to 5 ritual. 1994, 28th of September, the sinking time of the ship was 27th of September 1994. Okay, so, and that was Washington, D.C. time, 5:55 p.m. It sank on the 28th of September, 0055. Can you put the board up and I'll explain this to people? Sinking time, Estonian time, it sank 055. A Quabala number 0203. They said that this ship finally sank 0203. There's sick people. 23. Quabala number, it's the second degree because 32, 23, and 41 are different degrees that I'm going to explain in my new book. It all has different meanings. And 0055 and local time 5:55 Washington, D.C. time. And it was 27th plus 9 plus 1994. That adds up essentially to number 5. Can you put the board up? The information is there. Thank you. 27th. Was I? Okay, that's interesting. So what I was trying to explain on this board was 27th of September 1994. It adds up to 5. These are sick people that are ruling this black Kaaba world. Every corner had to be 5, 5, 5. Do you understand what we are dealing with? This is a sick, sick situation. 95 people were found drowned, 852 to the bottom of Baltic Sea. And all the black cubes started appearing. They didn't care about the ship departed from the harbor of Tallinn 27th of September 1994, 5 p.m. UK time. 5 p.m. UK time. Oh, yeah, completely random. Not calculated at all. It syncs 0203, all public domain documents. Go look at it online. And this is the information in my book, Walking Case, first book. And we're going to go back to the slide. And all rituals happen Washington, D.C. or UK time. Hiroshima, nuclear bomb 509, like I just said. Composite group dropped the fat boy and little boy on the 6th of August, 1945. And that was Washington, D.C. time, number 5. They don't care about the local country's time. They need to conduct the ritual at the Pentagon. And they need to conduct it according to the UK Masonic Lodge 1776 at Holborn Covent Garden. That is when the things happen at the sold out local country that they're sacrificing. And the rituals, it will happen according to the headquarters, Washington, D.C., where Nancy Pelosi is. When the child gets lost. And then local time, 1776 UK, Masonic Lodge time. They don't care about the small, shitty little country's time, but they will make space for it. So it was 0055, local time Estonian is 0203. They will make space for the 5. So this is exactly what I just explained now. And that was it. All the crooks were given a 20 grand credit card, said, go, go, go. The trip of your life is ahead of you. Go, there's a Michelin star a hotel waiting for you in Stockholm. Grab everyone in your community. I know the First Lady of Voodoo, she was my trainer. I did aerobics, acrobatics, where you can do salto and full splits and backflips, all kinds of stuff. I've done that as a kid, and she was my trainer, and she was demonic. She was a horrible woman. She would pick me out. I'm not living in victim mode. I don't care. God rest her soul. But she was not a nice lady. Her husband was worse. That brought all the local town together. That voodoo is absolutely Alice in Wonderland situation that I'm actually going to show on my phone because it's such an unbelievable situation. It is such an unbelievable black and white checkerboard, mind control, Alice in Wonderland. The whole city's built, the center. And they were all sent to this boat, and they went to the bottom with the Estonian ship. All these small crooks got eaten by the bigger crooks. The husband bought half of the town, and they were like, listen, you malignancy, you're going to the bottom of the sea. Now here's a credit card, a Dom Perignon, and shut the fuck up. And so many businessmen. Now, next evidence, well, a very well structured building at the city center of Tallinn was knocked down. It was old, very like the side one on the left hand side there, the white one. And these were very good, solid buildings. It was all knocked down, and this mecha cube was built. And guess what the building number is? 59. It's 59. They needed that number and that building there. 59. They needed that building. And they knocked down a perfectly large, same size building. And they invested millions. Millions. And it's the art... it's the art school and cultural ministry kind of thing in Estonia. Kultuuriministerium. And now they needed that number so desperately. 59. Can you put the slide? Yeah, very good. Thank you. And now, this is a black cube for a UK British-based motorcyclist. Michael Park says on there, I don't know who he was, but he died, i.e., was sacrificed. This is at the city center, harbor, black cube, and opposite of it is the black tunnel dedicated to the victims of Estonian catastrophe ship. Was one of the biggest catastrophes, the Estonian ship in our nation. 852 people died overnight. It is to date the biggest catastrophe that we've never had before. Let me see. So let's look at that black cube. It's exactly the same one as front of Manhattan. There is Sydney, all over the countries, everywhere in Europe, run by Black Cube Corporation. This is a very significant one. It's okay that it's overlapping because those are notes from me. And this is Rakvere, and it's a black bull that was constructed 2002, 2001. And the black cube that it's standing on, it's a city in Estonia with the largest animal slaughterhouse in the nation. We have the largest ones across Baltic. 1,000 souls get eliminated a day. 1,000 souls. And can you put the slide, please? Are you okay, Miles? I mean, Miles is falling asleep.
No, what I'm doing is I'm catching your facial expressions, so when you're saying something facially to camera, it comes across on the camera.
Okay,
so watching the same slide that people are looking at for like 30 seconds per minute.
So this is Rakvere, and in my humble opinion, this is one of the most important structures. The structure is built on 9-5 dimensions, and the black cube under it is 5 meters long, and the horn dimensions between is 3.4 meters, and all the other dimensions of this bull add up to 5 to 9, 7 as well. The spirit, 7 holy boys, 7 holy girls. And that was definitely, it's a mark that they're there. The Minotaur sacrifice, very significant and very serious ley lines there with that ancient cathedral behind it. They use these ley lines with psychotronic warfare to suck the energy out of animals and as well children and the general public that's complete half-fried, baked morons. And this is all over Tallinn. Endless. This is, remember how the Mecca Black Cube had a golden door, the golden nuances. This is a large shopping center in Tallinn, and that's one of the black cubes. And this is about 20 years old. 20 years, yeah, about that. This is the World Trading Center in Tallinn. It has 5 black cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the World Trading Business Center in capital Tallinn, right city center. I drive past it all the time. The main road is there. And it's right there. So it's all the Black Rock Corporation, all taken over ages ago. This is this building came immediately. It came after the independence of Estonia, 1991. So this is quite old. This is already from 90s. The 5 black cubes. This is a email that people started to send Veiko Huuse about all the black cubes around Tallinn. And this is at Pirita Coast again. And sadly, I don't have here an image for the Estonian survivors. Estonian survivors have a black cube with a bell in it. So I forgot to put that slide in there. You can see it online. Memorial for Estonian sinking ship. It's a black cube with a bell in it. So that is that. This is a new Sillamäe park in Estonia. And they built a black cube at the end of there where my mouse is moving. Black cube is built there. It's a brand new structure. This is now the building, twin building, like I showed in Manhattan before, in front of the Twin Towers. And we have a lot of these. We have so many such. This is the ministry building, foreign and all kinds of ministry. Jah, ongi, et Tallinna Ministeerium, the ministry building, front of this building, front of this one, it's right across the road of it. And it's always like with the Twin Towers in New York, they have the black cube, front of the Twin Towers, and then it is the Twin Towers that holds a special meaning. It holds a special meaning, this symbolism, and I am going to I'm deciding now as I speak whether I'm going to integrate this into the free presentation or into the Patreon to break down what it means. Now, this is the 59 building. This is a food mega chain store. Again, the black box. And with the golden nuances like in Saudi Arabia, black mega cube. And this is a mega store everywhere. There is no other store. It's called Selver in Estonia. It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. Nobody goes anywhere. We don't have Tesco's and Sainsbury's and like this. We just have a co-op small store, and then we have this one. That's it. So this is owned by serious people, a corporation. The store's 3/4 of the store is filled with pure flesh. Pure flesh. One lady said that we're going to need 3 planets to feed Estonia. They're trying to kill us. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. The 3/3 of the shop is filled with dairy, pure dairy and flesh. These are our shelves there. There's nothing there. Like, there will be a small section and all the vegetables are GMO. Not like in UK, you can have a Sainsbury's with nice organic. You can see it's organic. It's not like the Tesco option. That we don't have none of that. Disgusting. Psychotronic warfare is going on. Soviet Union, 60s children, like my family members of mine, said that when they were little children, they always had a feeling like something bad was going to happen and they were going to die. Small little children are feeling like that, and I can see in the family members' children faces that they're being bombarded with psychotronic warfare. They're sucking the energy of animals and children who this world belongs to. And this family member said that she had to always tie her shoes 3 times because otherwise mom will die or dad would die, and she couldn't leave the house before she opened and retied the shoes. Can you put my view, please? That she opened and retied the shoes of her laces of her shoes. that she had to do these certain things, and this is all psychotronic warfare, and it intensively started in the 1960s, and I hypothesized that it was the Western trying to bombard the Soviet Union nations, and there's a lot of other stuff that will be in my new book that was going on there with the extraterrestrials as well, and orbs. This is John Podesta and Hillary. This is a Postimees Estonian newspaper. John Podesta says that we need to secure Estonia as cyber attacks and cybernetics. And that was Obama, and it was a lot of problems already when they wanted to attack Russia. And this guy, whose artwork is with having small little children in underwear, front of tiles, tied up, and creatures holding on to girls, and with a black-white checkerboard background, and a bird, this bird that symbolizes mind control, Alice in Wonderland. It has a beautiful blue feather and a tail. Those are the images of John Podesta. That's why these children are getting lost. And he said that we have to secure Estonia, and we have to do all kinds of stuff. He was commenting directly to Estonian media, and he's been there when Obama was there, and people are getting lost. So that's the situation that we're in. Nations filled with Humpty Dumpties. It's normally Estonian women were slender and beautiful looking. It's just disgusting, like some that you see in Poland. Just the dairy faces everywhere. It's just horrible. Top 3 to share the overweight of women. Oh, that's a nice achievement. We're number 3 in the chart. So mugs like this are in Estonia everywhere. Just weapon food, gobbing down, digesting and crapping out babies next day, walking around very pleased with themselves. Oh, I'm digesting a little being in me right now. I'm going to crap it out tomorrow, maybe, or next year. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Wow, who's this? Beautiful. You make let me. Can I blow on this?
That was a scream that is very frequent, and it's frequent amongst a lot of kids. Veiko Husa said as well that there's something happening, and you will see this kind of screaming in a lot of these kind of nations with you see it everywhere. Peterborough, all Asian filled, they just scream. Just the screams, just screaming in pain. So it's the gobbled down, in pain, tortured animal adrenaline. Welcome to the adrenaline planet. Adrenaline, pure adrenaline, where people are gobbing down pure adrenaline, adrenochrome, animal adrenochrome that has been tortured, plugged into dairy machines for hours and hours, force pregnated by MOT type of garage men, plugged into painful machines, raped bulls, insemination, just this gobbed down torture energy. Everybody's just screaming. Feminization of the globe, where women have become even more obnoxious, and the men are feminized, gobbing down pregnant cows' titty milk. You can't even talk to them anymore. And that's why the soul war happening now, your soul. A lot of people are going to die, get very ill. It's going to be a mental breakdown for many people up till 2025. Many people are going to become bed sick. They're just going to break down physically. Whether you are the one who followed year 2020 and 2022 regime, the straw that they were talking about. And it doesn't matter that you didn't do that, but you're going to be eliminated. You're going to be eliminated. It's feminized men and obnoxious women who are not mothers, who are not fathers of this world, not the guardians, protectors, are going to be wiped out. And this torture adrenochrome being gobbed down, and Humpty Dumpty's walking around who couldn't care less about your children or what they do with anything. It takes, if this shift happened, block happened March, then the shift definitely is going to happen now this year, and I reckon it will be 7th of July, so you people have 3 weeks to sort your shit out. And you have this year to make a choice. There is no time. You need a detox from this damage that you caused to yourself and your children on a neurological level. Biochemistry wise, it takes at least 1 year intensive. You need to do coffee enemas and take supplements and get all of the stuff out of your blood and your brain neurological circuits that's affecting your subconsciousness, your mind, body, and you program that stuff, torture energy, with combine it with a narcissistic mother upbringing, and the nation is then filled with sleepers and soulless humans. MOT. You can't even get a MOT in peace without worrying that some wanker is gonna fuck you over, because they're all these men. Feminization, not real men, like Martin Luther King, JFK maybe, and Einstein and Tesla and all these real men. World is filled with sleepers, soulless humans trying to, with their draconian nails at a MOT in a Gara center, sniveling cowards trying to fuck over normal civilians. This is a disaster system run by Matt Hancock type of wankers all over the place, sniveling cowards. And your soul is going into the AI Elon Musk plan Neuralink box very soon. It's already having a big effect. Mental breakdowns, people are going to drop dead. And let's look at the slide now. Friendly reminder, don't tune in if you don't understand anything. This is not for love and light gobshites and starseed gobshites and any form of worshippers and money, sex, and religion. Delusional raising frequency that actually I can confirm now. It's come to me after my serious... I had a nice walk at Abri 2 days ago, and I was thinking about this raising frequency. I had a conversation about it. It is a psyop, raising your frequency. It attracts in flies. So you raise your frequency, and no wonder you feel like shit all the time, because it's a psyop to feed the sleepers and soulless human beings. You're setting the scene on this planet to raise your frequency. And what is sad is that who are raising their frequencies, let me draw here, are people and who teach it, who teach raising frequencies. This is a very important part now that I'm going to explain. Is a psyop, raising frequency mumbo jumbo with a love and light. Light is a white light that shuts down all energetics and chakra systems, and it kills you, and you go get reincarnated back into the archonic system. So this love and light raising your frequency will set the scene on planet Earth, and all the sleepers that are created by the enemy that are so immune to so many things. They're immune even to food that they gob down. They don't develop allergies like normal human beings like us. their mind, gut memory, mind, there's a brain here as well, is not anymore connected to the brain chemistry. However, what will eliminate them will be the healthcare plan initiated 2020 up till 2022, the straw thingy. And you already kind of know what I'm trying to refer to. They will be affected by that, and they have to wipe them out. But let's look at this. The soulless human beings love this raising frequency situation because you're raising and you're creating food for them. You're raising, creating food for them. They love it. And then you drop down and you feel like crap. And who teach and do this are people who don't have identity. Identity. They don't have identity. They don't know who they are. They don't know even who they are themselves, who teach it to others. That's why they look like bodged out of cosmetic surgery. Because they don't know who they are. They're not connected anymore. It's psychotronic warfare, mind control happening in this country. This is 5th generation in UK. That's why you get the same profile for old people. They're single, they live with parents, no savings, no sex, they've never even been in relationships, and they've never even considered to have children. This is mind control nation. And raising your frequencies, causing for the parasite to have a really good ground to feed up on. So what you do is you create an identity, and your identity is to remember that you are a soul, part of the 20% real human beings. And then you have a purpose during this Mother Earth critical time up till 2025, 2030. And once you have this identity, you start to breathe different. You start to get a sense of purpose. And that is how you clear your karma. You clear your karma through that, because they don't clear their karmas, the elite. They don't care about that. They wipe it out, which is a different technique in time travel. But when you remember who you are, your identity, then you know that you're Mother Earth's child. And you get a peace inside you and confidence. You're like, I know who I am this morning. What am I doing here? I am fighting back. I'm not raising any frequency and being confused in the process. Raising, who am I? Who am I? I'm raising my frequency, but who am I? Hello, who are you? Who am I? We're raising our frequency, but what the hell are we doing here? And then the flies come, and then you drop back again, and then you're again back to square one, and again all this mumbo jumbo. It's just ridiculous what is going on. Now, what I want to say about rituals is that, because what I want to say, if you could show this board, is when you conduct rituals and meditation, you need to remember one thing. You need to remember one thing. We are in an archonic grid system. We are in their control. Nothing gets past them. Nothing gets past the Archons. So you conducting rituals and meditation is all their control system. It's their control system. So when you're meditating towards something called the source, you think it's the source or an ET, then you are selling your soul to the black cube. You're selling your soul. Literally, if some people have asked me, are you selling your soul? No, I'm not selling my soul. I'm doing exchange. There's a big fucking difference. Like in Constantine, the movie that I wanted to talk about. Go see Constantine movie. That is the role of my soul. And when you are meditating in archonic grid in a rituals, then you need to work with Mother Earth. You need to work with her. And you need to work with her brother. You need to work with her brother. I'm not going to spell it out. You already know who he is. Because he's being targeted, okay? And he needs help, you know, because it's a big fucking soup, a mess, this AI system. And they're trying to blame one character only. Oh, it's him, it's him, oh, it's him, it's him. But you work with only two consciousnesses. Now, be careful with the rituals because you are in their playground, and psychotronic warfare on archonic level is a whole fucking ball game. We're not talking about John Podesta here. So why the elite are wiping out their produced soulless human beings with the global happening of year 2020 and 2021, this thing that was happening there, they're wiping them out. I was correct. Veiko Husa asked me, he said, how did you know that they're wiping out people, soulless human beings, and cleaning house in China? How did you know this? I said, I'm just connected to the Akashic record, and when I do my work near the swamp, then I see things. The information comes to me. And he said, you are right. I lived in Shanghai, Wuhan. I lived there. I don't know how many years he lived there. He has so many, it's his second home, basically, Veiko Hu says. And he said, you're right. They're clones and soulless humans that they've been wiping out in these big cities that they built for them and cleaning house. So all these horror show videos that you see elsewhere are from Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, Korea. These are all Indonesian soulless human beings. There's a big soup there. I've said in previous Basis Project lectures where these soulless human beings are heaving, but each country has them. Each country has at least 30%. Some would have a lot more. Look what's happening in Nepal, the ex-Tibet. Soulless humans everywhere, just walking around with machetes and chopping down animals during these mass blood. It's insane. They've taken over these sacred sites in Tibet and etc. other places. So obviously Dalai Lama is not a good fucking guy. Okay. Wow. And same thing. Why they were wiping out in the Turkish hurricane. It wasn't in Turkey. It was at the borders of Turkey where the Syrians were living, and they are all majority soulless human beings. We've heard some news now with the shooting of the Syrian in France, haven't we? Yeah, it's all true. That wasn't a Sandy Hook stage shooting, by the way. Yeah, there's a lot of soulless human beings in these Syria and these other countries, and even everywhere. Spain, the Spanish massacre, they killed the original Spanish person, and you get these Humpty Dumptys with fat asses walking around, hasta luego, hasta la mañana, and they're thick. You can see it, feel it in their energy. These are not human beings because they were slaughtered during these massacres. And the soulless human being does this. He goes to the front of the queue. He pushes the normal human soul to the back of the queue. He grabs all the checks and benefits, jumps on the bus, and then migrates the war critical zone. That is one of their characteristics. There's many different characteristics I was trying to explain. You know, they have, like before I said, so they jump front of the queue, and the normal human being who behaves normally from Spain is in the back, or in Turkey, whatever, during the hurricane, and they're like with the children, and that person will go to the front of the queue and make sure that they get what they need. Okay, that's a typical sleeper and a soulless human being. And these MOT gobshites that you see here, disgusting, absolutely. So Hashimoto, okay, put me. I'm going to now consider, should I do a favor to the listener that is practically the enemy of planet Earth? I don't know. Should I say this information? There's a thing called Hashimoto thyroiditis. And Hashimoto thyroiditis is a lifestyle where you stay away from antibodies, and it is literally antibodies from animal products. Can you put my face on? So they're wiping you know, these people out, and whoever fell for the year 2020-22 regime that I cannot say here, obviously. This is not Twitter where you can talk about everything. You can talk only about irrelevant. But this Hashimoto thyroiditis is then a thing that causes I am gonna be I'm gonna have to be very careful with this. We're gonna add that in the description box because this is a delicate topic. But all the animal flesh worshippers that fell for that regime between those 2 years is going to develop Hashimoto thyroiditis. That's all I'm going to say. I don't feel obliged to help anyone anymore. I've lost empathy for sleepers and soulless human beings. I'm being way too kind here, giving this information. I shouldn't. So next year is number 8 and all solidifies in 2025. It happens, so it's too late because 7 is when the spirit enters the child. Last year, the large ceremony was at Vatican. When I called a friend, I said, Anthony, where are you? He's like, I'm in Vatican. And he's a Knights Templar. And he was there 4th, 5th, and 6th when the ceremony was taking place according to the Washington, D.C. and UK time. And it happened 666, exactly like I predicted. I predicted that beginning of the year. And this year is going to be 777. Thousands of Freemasons are going to be in Vatican. And they're going to be doing the same thing and on all the ley lines around the world globally with their 33-degree minions and other human servants. Now, I'm a runner soul. This has been confirmed. This has been confirmed by quite a few. You can put my face all, that's with a... I wanted to know what my identity was. And the funny thing is that I have never left this earth. I'm no alien. I've always been here. And I asked through past life regressions, etc. Even one of them with Dolores Cannon. And a couple of other extrasensory people, and they said, you're interesting soul. And I said, I think I'm a runner. And they're like, They're like, you are a runner. You are a runner soul. And this runner soul means that I have a connection with, I came basically from a very bad plan that they wanted to do with a soul like me. And they had other plans for me, but I escaped because I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom from the Archonic, this plan that they had with me. Something like Ereshkigal Alatum. It's just not sure if I'm older than her. And that's the thing with these rituals and meditations, that only specific soul signatures can bring in. Of course, everyone can. I think that everyone can have an influence, but real change needs to come from self-sacrifice. You need to sacrifice your soul and your entire body for the cause. People sacrifice every day their life to their religion, to their work, to their lifestyle that they've invested into for their family. But nobody wants to sacrifice their soul and entire soul and body for a great cause. So this is part of the solutions here, that only certain specific souls can bring in results, and you need to make sure that you make that very clear, that you're sacrificing your entire soul for the cause of exchange, to release all the trapped souls already in the AI box, and were taken over by soulless human beings, the shadow beings. All those souls that were taken over are in the box currently. We need to get them out of the box, okay? That's the problem we have here. And in Constantine, the movie, where he slits his wrists at the end and the Archon entity drips down at the end in a white suit, that's Archon. It's not Satan. It's not Lucifer. He's like, Constantine, oh, I'm gonna have some good times with you, boy. He was waiting for it so long because Constantine was a catcher. He was sending everyone straight to hell. They were taught Constantine was Satan, basically, in the movie, sending all these soulless human beings straight to hell. And this Archon came and said, oh, finally he slit his wrist and sacrificed himself. But what happened? The source then pulled him back. And the Archon couldn't pull him because he started dragging him around with him. And this greater being that we call source stopped. And the tiles in the floor was breaking. And Konstantin, he wasn't moving forward. And then he looked and he was like, he wasn't accepting that Konstantin was going to be released. So that's a runner soul. When you sacrifice and you give your blood for the cause, for a better world, and you say, release all the children, the innocent beings, all the human beings, leave them alone, send everyone straight to hell, and you're going straight to hell, Archon. So that's the situation here, okay? We're going to look at the next slide. How did the awakening happen? It happened, it was shown to me about post-World War II. One soul came, a brave soul sacrificed itself. I saw the images of the bones cracking and blood spilling and the pain of this brave soul that we will never know its name. We will never know who this brave soul who created this, put my angle, created this this tsunami wave of awakening. Miles, you can put my view, please. The tsunami wave of awakening around the world after this brave soul sacrificed itself. It came, and that's when it really took off. They had to really play by the real rules and release even the internet for us to communicate, because they obey rules up till the deadline where all free will is going to be taken away. And this brave soul came and it sacrificed itself to awaken the planet Earth, and a pebble was released around the world for everyone to awaken suddenly and start fighting back. That's why in the 60s, 70s it was revolutionary. Of course it's been before, but that really was quite aggressive already, taking it to the next level. But it was all thanks to this one single soul that we will never know. We will never know the name of this brave soul that came in an animal body, and it was sacrificed in the most vile, evil conditions and disgusting. And it released all of us, and all of us started to awaken. We started to awaken, and more about this in the Basis Project 13 February talk about the Akashic record, how it's going to pull the plug now, Agenda 2030 onwards. The ley line in Russia is for another 200, 150 years, so of course they technically have time. But they have these birthdays coming up, and they are using extreme measures against only the real human souls with empathy, real empathy, and connection and identity, who they are. Okay? The sad truth is that the souls get reincarnated back either in a human or animal form. And sadly, they never remember what happened. We never remember what happened to us the previous life. And technically here, what we're doing, we're fighting for each other. So if you're arguing there, then remember that a soul is a soul. Doesn't matter what body. Miles said a lovely comment that, oh, I've seen animals communicate with each other. Well, he's right. Because we need to understand that we're fighting for each other here now. You know, because you're lucky if you're going to incarnate as a street rat in Manchester streets next life. You're going into the Black Kaaba Mecca Cube. Actually, you're lucky to be a rat on the streets. It's going to get very serious, the soul war. And another quite interesting comment, I don't know how to react even to such thing, was that everything eats everything in this world. And that's how you produce energy. You produce energy like that when everything evolves and eats everything. But what you need to understand is it's not free energy. It's not free energy. It's archonic production energy. Free energy is pure pure free energy. It's infinite. And the original human beings that came from Alfeca had around 24 chromosome pair, 48 chromosome DNA that was split into half and made into a snake. So we are the byproduct now of eating each other, eating everything, eats everything. We need to get our ships back and go back we need to get out of this planet at some point to be able to be free and travel, you know. It's not free energy. That is Archonic Productions, Black Cube Corporation. Karma bar amongst people. I will show this at this thing. Karma bar, when I check at people, I've been checking at karma bars. My karma was read by a man living in Goa, India. He said, wow, your karma is really good. 2019, I was a complete waste of space. We are back at 2018 right now. Have you noticed, people? Travel, materialism, shopping, cafes, restaurants, everything is okay. What are you complaining about? Everything is okay. What are you worried about, sweetheart? We're back at 2018 before the storm. And 0 to 100 karma bar. This is 0 and this is 100 karma. What I'm seeing lately when I read karma, I see 20s with men and women, just talkers. Nobody's a doer. Listen, we are at a talking stages here, people. We haven't even gotten to action, to solutions. We're still talking here about this stuff. This is why everybody's at 20. Everybody's a big talker. Little doers, though. I see 20s and 30s. 48 is a very good one. I see 48. That's already high. The highest I have reached when I was doing karma busting and I isolated myself was year 2020, 2021 at the swamp. No human contact, alone, just karma busting. I became the sound. I knew that I had to, and then I combined it with the real work. And I had time and energy, and I still do it now. That's my identity now. And the highest I reached was, it was 70. And that was an achievement. That was I was very proud of myself. I reached 70. But now I went back down the last year, but I'm trying to alkalize it because I've gone back to year 2018, materialism, buying a house, all this blah, blah, blah. I love this fuck, I love this shit, I love this blah, blah, blah. And then I have to raise my back to 70 because it's very crucial for the 777 this year to be in your 70s. And some people will get a pass. What comes, you know, there's the point is moral. We can say whatever we want. We'll get a pass for that. Because psychotronic warfare and people going crazy, it's not easy to fight. It's very painful. Estonian lady said that, you know, it's just easier to go to the pharmacy, get a box of painkillers because it's just going to be easier to die with the radiation going on. And that's exactly, you know, what's happening. And that was quite funny when she said that. I laughed. She said, if you want to die less painfully, just go to the pharmacy, get a box of painkillers, and it's just easier then. Because she said, look what's happening around this and, and this radiation. So it's about the moral, making a choice. It's not about health. It's not about health. It's about the moral. If you're going to do this for health conditions and like this, no, still 2030. Still 2030. But moral, then we can talk. Then we can talk. Then it's going to rise. And I see this bar very clearly in a lot of real, you know, extrasensory people. I like that word, extrasensory people. They when they look at the remote view and like this, one of them said, "I'm looking at your karma rate." I like that, and that was years and years ago. Ever since I've been using it. Now, special message to the star seeds: there is no galactic federation. We're all on our own with the solutions, and the extraterrestrials that are able to bypass the archonic grid system here are obviously non-physical energetic forms. Maybe because it's quite sophisticated, this grid trap. No souls have been coming in and no souls have been going out for last at least 20,000 years. All souls are trapped here. No souls is, when someone is telling you that they're a new hybrid alien soul, they're lying to you. They're lying. Nobody's been coming in this grid system and going out. It's not the case. They're the gray little aliens. Let's follow this slide. So they communicate telepathically, certain beings, Andromeda Galaxy. And the message is very clear. If you want to win this war, start changing your ways and stop being a parasite and eating children. Gobbing down half human beings' children is a trap. It's a serious trap. This is how you will conduct counterfeit rituals, because it's a ritual when you stop doing that. A global ritual, which we are conducting in Estonia now. We are going to get very aggressive with it with the next video and further presentations. And this is a ritual. This is how you're going to win the war, because with the psychotronic warfare, they're going to measure, and they're going to literally, oh, these fuckers are waking up. Like I said earlier, they are waking up. We need to stop them. They are waking up because they can measure it on an extraterrestrial and alien level. Archonic level, not alien level. Archonic level. There's very little hybrids working on both sides of the governments. They're half reptilian and humanoid. The reptilian, because they were very concerned about this humanity and people. They're really the original occupiers here. And they left. They packed their bags. The fight was so bad between human beings and reptilians during the Aztec period. Everyone was coexisting, and they said, fuck this shit. These people are not learning their lesson. The walk-ins started to appear. They were under hypnosis. And then they started fighting the reptilians, the bloodshed and everything. And the reptilians said, listen, we're going to give you kids some time. We're going to go. And when they wanted to come back, there was a grid system blocking the entry for reptilians. So some have bypassed with the magnetic polar shift changing and a solar system flare. They bypassed only a handful in each government, secret bases, because they're being obviously hunted. Quite a few in Russia. They're half human, half reptilian in physical form. And they help people. They help people because they're very, very advanced and sophisticated beings. And they want to help them. And the... one of the other races that comes are the insectoids that I'm going to cover shortly, and they have special agreements with the government. The insectoids, the government hates these insectoid beings, and what they've done is now this insect eating. Because they're so advanced, these insectoid beings, they come with their ships by Rapla, Kayu Raba, and they tank up with their gases. They tank up for the gases and minerals, and then they go into hyperspace, and it'll look like a shooting star, and they go out, and they come in and out, They're too sophisticated, too powerful for the governments to control them. So the governments have started to promote this insect eating because they hate this race so much. And this race is very interesting. this race is very interesting, and I'm going to talk about them later. Solutions are meditation rituals. So meditation and ritual groups think they are saving the world. Wrong. Not happening. It is very bad. It is archonic. You're feeding an unknown source, and you are counterfeiting all the positive stuff that everyone else is trying to do. But it's malignancy, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't work anyways, because, you know, they're all just, you know, parasitic people getting together, meditating. It doesn't work like that, because you can't fight this war without a sacrifice. And you need to really, totally, overly sacrifice your soul for a greater good. Something like Jesus, you know, and get out of fear. It's about getting out of fear. And people sacrifice themselves to their entire lives that are complete lies. So what about sacrificing yourself for a greater cause? I've been accused that I sell my soul. Well, we'll see if I'm selling my soul. Do check out Constantine movie. You can't meditate in an archonic grid system or do rituals in a grid system that belongs to them. It simply doesn't work. You can build geometry, and if you don't inject it with the intent, I'm not criticizing people that are trying. I'm not criticizing. Don't take it like that. But if you're building geometry and there is no real power behind it except for raising frequency, you're not. It really. I've always known this, but you know, now I've gotten confirmation for this presentation to present you the solutions. You're wasting your time. There's no point building these geometries. Orgone bubbles work because they amplify the intent. And in 2018, me and Mike Emery, shout out to Mike Emery, who's a great man. He just needs to calm the fuck down. We ignited a tsunami wave that brought in the year 2020 situation. I told Mike Emery, listen, this needs to stop, this show, this 2018. This is pure materialism. This is a horrible materialistic world. Just completely delusional people, and then they feed off each other, and they have sex with each other, and they take on each other's karma. It's a disgusting situation. I told them that we need to do something about these animal slaughterhouses and all this horror happening to children. And we did a 2-day ritual, and then people like Joey Carbstrong, real heroes started appearing in the world those years. So I really would like to give a special thank you to Mike Emery for helping me to who joined me and believed in my vision. He supported me, and we ignited serious things. And then the year 2020 came. It was autumn 2018 when I conducted these ceremonies with Mike Emery. But then I went on to my own with my own methods, because with the orgone bubble, it splashes the energy everywhere like a tsunami. And when you do the dragon breath, and then, you know, that is a very primitive early stage ceremony. But he and me combined together, maybe he's a runner soul. He might be a runner soul. We're being archonic soul targeting. I have a 2-hour film about what it is to be a runner. And these are people who will have near-death experiences. Many. I've had 40 plus near-death experiences in my life. I'm not going to lean into them. Very dangerous moments where I shouldn't be alive. Why am I telling you this? It's important for the solution that if you feel an inner calling and you notice that your life is specific, then you're a real soul and you need to get to work. These geometries, yeah, I've already explained it, that you're building the geometry and it doesn't seem to work. It just raising the frequency. There's no point to that. You're actually causing harm, because then it's a feeding ground and you're pumping up energy for the enemy. So I've concluded that first segment. This second segment now. we're going to run over the birthdays that are coming up because the 13 February Basis Project was very an elevated mood, and I need to repeat it to make sure that everyone understands what's coming now, 2025. I've shown all the evidences about the black cube. Eat your heart out. And now the first, then, let's do a recap. The first one is the magnetic polar shift that is running in a straight line like I showed earlier. And it's reached Russia since 2019. 2019, that magnetic polar shift got there, and that's why they didn't want maybe certain people elected who were getting on with Russia, for example, Trump. Russia is counterfeiting the enemy with their own black, well, it's not black, they're counterfeiting with their own methods and rituals and technologies. I'm doubtful whether it's working out for Russia, these counterfeit, because there's a question about moral, like I said earlier. Are they doing it for the right purposes? Because you cannot just defend sleeper, soulless humans that are total garbage, okay? There's no point to defend them. They're the ones who are putting us in this trouble in the first place. And number 2 is Ereshkigal's birthday. Black Sun, swastika becoming number 9, Agenda 2030 onwards. The temperature is going to be cooled down. George Soros said that there's a need for that to cool down the temperatures. Estonia weather is cooled down. The nights are very cold. You can't grow anything. And it's causing a lot of problems in growing vegetables, etc. that we need, and it's a serious problem. Guided and protected by the rainbow flag, LGBT. It's a deity they worship. Gonna get into that. Birthday number 1. They need the black cube in Russia. So magnetic polar shift, like I just said, all the way past Vatican and upwards in a straight line from Canada, the black cube representative. We have the map here. Again, I'm moving my mouse here. Canada, it runs in a straight line, only in a straight line, dividing the globe into 2 hemispheres, left and right. And they need to use these acupuncture points. Number 2 birthday, Ereshkigal, who's becoming number 9, born around 18,000 years ago, according to the, it's even for my remote viewing, they are celebrating this woman. She's very, very important, and she was a walk-in because even in the book of Enki, they're describing a ceremony and ritual where something very bad was happening and something was put inside a human being. When you look at this image of Ereshkigal Alatum, her birthday is the most one of the most important ones out of the 4. She has wings, and these wings are in the occult very popular. There's 2 ribbons. The upper one is a scalar kind of thing. It's not any more wings under her elbow. So it's 7 feathers on each side. 7 holy boys, 7 holy girls, and that is where the sacrifice is coming to her. They are celebrating her in every way. This flag symbolism is everywhere. They use it on the eagle flags. It's absolutely everywhere. Okay, it's 7 feathers there. So let's look at the image. It's 7 feathers on each side. 7 plus 7 is 14, and 14 is 5. Number 5. The black sun in WEF swastika, the multi-layer black cube discussed. It is number 9. That is the 3rd important birthday. The Black Sun celebration, birthday number 3, Black Sun celebration. It is very important. It's very depicted in the Third Reich, etc. It's made out of 12 swastikas. It's made out of 12 swastikas, the Black Sun. I haven't studied this anywhere. I've just in it knowledge, and Aleister Crowley, Manly P. Hole books are all incomplete. Aleister Crowley, in my humble opinion, was amateur. He didn't know what he was. Just sex and just animal goat blood magic and opening portals that he had no clue about. Even he had no identity. He was a mind control victim. So utter garbage, in my humble opinion. Just having a little breather. I think that's normal. I'm only in a human vessel here. That's a little bit limited. This March, when you listen to the Basis Project 2023, April 1st, there was a full solar sun eclipse happening. And it happened for 3 days in a row. It started 23rd of March, 24th of March, and if you measure it across continents for ritualistic purposes, then it lasted for 3 days. So that is the celebration of the Black Sun. And why is this important? Because the full sun solar eclipse has happened before, but because we are reaching the deadline of 2025, they use this opportunity of the 3 full day sun solar eclipse that happened this March, 21st of March, well, 22nd till 23rd till 24th, but the key dates were 21st, 26th. They used these days for the solar sun eclipse to conduct their rituals, and a serious sacrifice was done, counterfeit sacrifice, on the 23rd. And that was a full-blown self-sacrifice, and a bit of own donation was given, and all block happened. No Ukraine war. They couldn't get it. Animal slaughterhouses, Pilgrim's pig slaughterhouse was shut down, and etc. All amazing, very interesting results came. Very interesting results. The Black Sun then was this March, and it's happened between the deadline 2025, and they're celebrating 2025, so they use this March, which is the Aries, their favorite month, to solidify the legalities. They start already with a month of Capricorn. Saudi Arabia would kill 81 people in Capricorn month, and 8 + 1 is 9. So they start the blood sacrifice, but in March they already bring in the laws, and they announce it on TV. Okay, and this was the 3rd full sun solar eclipse. That is why everyone was going fucking crazy. The Love and Light hollering worse than someone from Birmingham during Ramadan. Oh, I feel it. I feel something is happening. Oh yeah, you feel it? Do you? You feel it? Yeah, it's happening, sweetie. Don't worry about it. But you're most likely gonna go through the meat grinder, because you're counterfeiting and you're not understanding about the moral. So and this is me on decaf coffee. I've cut coffee out, and it's okay. So black sun, 12 swastikas is in a black sun. Let's have a look now. It is when you get activated. Let's look at the slide. When you get activated as a extrasensory person, what happens is you see, which I saw 2010, where I saw a wheel in my third eye. And they say shamans and pagans see this, but anyone who's activating will see a big wheel made out of wood and metal, and you have to turn it. So you have to turn this wheel. You have to turn this wheel. That's when you're activating on a soul level. And I suddenly saw this wheel, big wheel made out of wood and metal, because you have to use certain elements when you're doing work, copper, metal, okay? Not gonna say too much. That's gonna be on Patreon. It's made out of 12, as you saw in the image. You can look it up online, and it has 12 swastikas there. Now, the World Economic Forum, when you check the Basis Project, the 13th lecture, it is number 9. So they want to graduate. And when you turn the swastika around, when you turn it around, I don't have it here, it's all in that lecture, it will start to formulate a circle. And what happens is it's time travel. Time is standing still. So they're in every single move that they're doing when you're turning this wheel, it's 9. Graduation, we're fine, we're graduating, completion, success, contract signed, graduation 9, contract signed, completion, success. It's with the Sun, Third Reich, to give them that power, the Sun rune. And this is combined with the swastika, so you're turning this, and that's what they use. They use paganism, science, and shaman. It's paganism, science. Shamans are doing paganism, okay? It's number 9. So when you turn it around and you check that lecture from Bases 13th, you have to search for it. I'll try to put it in the description box. It's on my Minds channel. So now the next birthday. This is the next birthday. The North Node is in Aries, and it's between Aries, their favorite month, and Gemini. And this astrological chart matches 2025. Jesus Christ, we're 25 years off now, because 2,000 years ago was 2,000 years ago. We are 2025. So it's a bit of a tilt, but when you fit it, it represents that the Jesus Christ astrological chart North Node is between Aries and Gemini, and that is between, it's aiming for the 9th house. In astrology, you need to know astrology. That's the 9th house, and the 9th house represents status, honor, philosophy, success. And World War I and World War II North Nodes were in Aries as well when you check the astrological chart. Now, the bottom nodes are in the 3rd and 4th house, which is money, possessions, home, and children. All the houses in astrology represent different meanings. Creativity, health, blah, blah, blah. But for the elite, these are the most important things in 2025. Reaching those houses, 9th, 3rd, and 4th, okay? So this is birthday number 4, and this is birthday number 3. Sorry, this is a bit of a slide thing here. I'm going to go back to it. So this is the Christ calendar, 2,000 years ago, and it's, you know, since we're 25 years off, you put it in a straight and narrow, you get a tetrahedron, okay? Tetrahedron. And when you put this 2025, this is the 2025 calendar, it is as well a diamond shaped tetrahedron that is exactly in the same houses in Aries, Gemini, and it was Virgo and Scorpio. Virgo and Scorpio. So this is why this 2025 is a jubilee. It's a jubilee going on to the next bull cycle. This is why all human free will be ending. You need to make your choice up till then. 15-minute cities are only being prepared, and this is preparation stages, but it will get activated, these legalities, in the year of 8, which is next year, 2024. 2 + 2 4 8. And birthday number 4 is the number 9, ninth ice age, because we've had 8 ice ages. We've had 8 ice ages, and some of them were synthetically created, funny enough, to stop something. And the 9th ice age is a big, it's all about 9, remember, graduating, success, signing the contract, etc., etc. Prince Philip died 99, 9th of April, 9 a.m. He reached at the age of 99. And the king's coronation was at number 9, okay? So this 9th ice age is definitely where they're going to start cooling down our nights even further and further, and the climate is going to get cooler and cooler, and they need to get this, they want to get this 9th ice age. They want to get it. So it's important for them. So I just said that all wars have the same similar charts, Aries and Taurus, and they're guided, protected by the rainbow flag LGBT. It's a voodoo deity that they celebrate, and it's a voodoo deity. We're gonna now do one more sketch here. Let's look at the slide. I apologize. So the voodoo deity that this rainbow color flag is Ida Wedu, and it's Dumb Allahi. I don't know what happened with me there. A little psychotronic glitch. Fuck's sake. Which is funny. It sounds Allahi, Allah. It's the husband of Dambalahi. And it's a serpent. And it feeds off bananas. And it lives in water. It's a water being. This rainbow colored deity. Its symbol is the rainbow colors. Yeah. And they appear together with her husband, always, funny enough. So let's look at the symbol of Idawedu serpent. You can see unicursal hexagrams, bottom of it. You can see the unicursal hexagrams at the bottom of it. Let me do a little sketch here. There's as well... There's quite a bit there. There's quite a bit there. I'm going to leave that for Patreon if you want to join me there then. Because it's just better like that. I need to keep doing these lectures, and I need to not let everyone just, you know, it's quite a lot of hard work, you know, just doing it for free and like that. So a couple of cups of coffee is not going to kill people who are interested further on. So remember when we did this pentagram with the this is my drawing, and my handwriting is one of the worst on planet Earth, but we don't care because it's clear enough. So the box inside the pentagram, it has these unicursal hexagram legs. They should be more in a unicursal hexagram. And these degrees are 45, which is 4 + 5, 9. That is one of the things that I forgot to say earlier. Because it's all 5 to 9. So the other thing that I want to say about this rainbow color ray is that what I think is happening here is that the solar flare, when you in common sense world you are using a mirror against sun, you can create a rainbow color. When you're looking through a lens, rainbow colors start to appear. And what is happening is that this rainbow color represents mind control, and it represents the solar flare birthday that they're waiting for, that is going to create this flash and these colors of a rainbow where it's going to be their opportunity and chance. And they've been using this technology of the rainbow, this coloring, reflection colors for a long time. And that means that it's a hyperspace pocket. And when you create that flare, funny enough, one movie like K-Pax, I don't know if you've seen it, the man says that he is leaving this planet Earth and he's in a psychiatric ward, and inside he's an alien, actually. K-Pax, big movie. And I wasn't prepared to explain this analogy, but it just came to me. That's the best way to explain it. He waited for that rainbow solar flare and then he left the planet. And that's exactly what's happening with the elite, and it represents mind control as well. Mind control, the rainbow colors, and this deity, the serpent that they worship, to mind control the general public. That's why you're having LGBT flags now in the White House, front of the White House, when Biden does talks. It's very serious. It really is. It's beyond anything, you know. I just saw an article. They have the thing there, and it's on the same height as the United States flag, because always a secondary flag needs to be lower than the national flag. For example, the yellow and blue flag that we have currently globally going on, it's always on the same level as the national flag, and that's breaking the law. So Veiko Husa told me this, that he wrote an article and he highlighted it, and then they in the parliament they brought it down. It always needs to be lower than the national flag, because it's you're basically declaring that this is not anymore this nation. This is a different nation when you have the other flag on the same height. Is breaking the law as well. So it's about graduation. It's about all the four corners. The reason why I'm going to highlight this is to move on to the next birthday. The next birthday that we recapped at the start. Very important, perfect. And 9 is the highest number in the occult. And so let's just that was the last birthday. Sorry, I'm a little bit, it's been a long lecture. So those were the birthdays. Magnetic polar shift, Ereshkigal, Allatum, birthday coming up, the first successful walk-in. She was the first successful walk-in. I don't know why I forgot to say that now, but that is in the February 13th Basis Project. She's the goddess that they worship. So this is a very big celebration, because she was really successful case, and that's when everything went haywire on this planet with Mesopotamia. And the third is the swastika and black sun. That already happened, unfortunately, this March. That's why it's very critical. And ninth ice age, and now the rainbow colors that they're adding. And I noticed, and I wanted to highlight that is then a force that they're using to support them on this graduation, to celebrate Ereshkigal, the most first successful, powerful walk-in, recorded walk-in. Of course, there's been more that they tried to do along the line. They already started mixing these cocktails around the 4th Ice Age that I explain on my channel. But she's the first one that they especially have a liking to, and they're going to celebrate the hell out of it. In her honor, she hates parasites. She has the owl next to her, which is literally the Bohemian Grove symbolism that they worship, the owl. Nothing to do with Satanist. Because we're going to get into that, what Satan is shortly, what Satan is like, to give you some peace of mind so you can stop hollering there in panic. Consider this, honestly. We're living, let's do a real recap now to avoid these birthdays and to find a solution. 365 days a year, 3 + 6, 5, 14, 5. And we're living in a cannibalistic world, okay? And this needs to end. Millions of people have received the pig, cows and bull veins, kidneys, liver, bile, organs. This needs to stop. There is no need for it. Eating 3 types of dead animals over your life is not the solution. Their screams are like children, and their intelligence level and innocence level, the innocence and intelligence level is measured as a 5-year-old human child of these animals. That's why their screams are like kids, children. Psychotronic warfare is being used over animal slaughterhouses that are on ley lines to suck the energy of screaming children. Behind closed doors, we have MOT garage wankers having a really good time, and we don't ever see that. What I want to show is that 3 types of dead animals eaten in your entire life, if you show me the board, is, you know, it's like not believing that the water is recycled in London. 150 years. It's recycled water. So you look at the board here, and I'm going to show, this is an animal. This is a cow. Okay. Well, it looks like a horse, but we're gonna try. It has stuff that belongs to her children, not to grown men. So, and this animal is all individual. They're all individual, okay? They need blood tests to measure their mineral levels. All animals are individual, so confirming that all animals have protein doesn't exist, is like not believing that the water is Anglian recycled water in London. It's thinking that you buy a food from Tesco and all animals have the same level of B12, A, E vitamin, C vitamin, zinc. Because when a human being goes to a blood test, they measure their mineral levels. They measure their mineral levels, a human being. So all animals are individuals, and before you slaughter them, you need to obviously measure what are their mineral levels to find out if you're even getting anything from the 3 type of dead animals that you're eating all your life, repetitively, delusionally thinking that you're getting minerals out of 3 types of same dead animals. It doesn't work because you need to do a blood test on each animal to see what their mineral levels is. You need to confirm they're all individuals, exactly like the human being gets a health check and they measure their blood mineral levels. Again, B12, zinc. You can measure your T4, which is thyroid. And all protein is produced in the body by kidney, liver, bile. Kidney, liver, bile, the holy triangle. The holy triangle. And hopelessly thinking that, oh, I'm eating these 3 repetitive dead animals all my life, that, you know, they're all same and they all have the same levels of minerals. No, because they're all individuals and they need health checks. They need blood tests to see even what's in them. A lot of them are ill. A lot of them are deficient in minerals. So you're completely, this is below null IQ explanation. It's extremely sad that I need to explain this. It's like, it's worse than debating with a Asian from Birmingham about Islam, this situation. It's as bad as debating with an Islamic person about, you know, their religion and how they're trying to, you know, convince you that everything is okay. So blood tests, and it's not a package of Tesco food from Tesco. Oh, it's Tesco. Tesco produces. No, they're all individuals, sweetheart. So if that if that doesn't cross your mind, then I really I am very happy about the 2025 coming. I mean, you know, obviously I have expressed that over and over again that this is insanity, what's going on. And the innocent children in foster homes and orphanages, these are children. They're children. They're being handled by Humpty Dumptys, like from Slimming World, who work at you know, and by these MOT garage gobshites who will do anything for money. They would transport any child. They would do anything it takes. They don't care about you or what happens to you. They couldn't care less because they're sleepers and they're soulless, a lot of them. If you feed a person more than 10 grams of dairy a day, then it's extremely detrimental, and that's why the feminization of the world is happening. You combine that with a narcissistic mother upbringing, Little Britain holding on to the titty, and then you get a nation filled with sleepers and soulless human beings hollering all over the place, and it's never ending, the show. It's a really bad show by now. I've already covered that. Farmers in Estonia are swimming in money. They said to Veiko and Margus, who are in the field, that they don't need to take loans anymore. They're just cash, 150K, tractors, animal agriculture and grain, weapon food. They're like, oh my God, dude, we're making so much money. It's like, fucking, we don't need to take a loan anymore. The government is just giving money. They get paid for having these animals grass-fed. And then they need to pour the milk away, and then the milk is imported from other countries. It's just the fucking, it's a weird fucking thing going on there. I don't believe that, because they do use it. The shops are filled with dairy. I don't know why Veiko said that. He reconsidered that when I told him that's a mistake. They don't pour anything away. They use the local produce. But majority of it is used if you use your brain, logic, you know, obviously. And they all hate each other, these families. They take expensive trips. They live so much better than you and me. I know one of the biggest farmer families in east of Estonia. The wife got a 10 grand plastic surgery to be liked by a man, her husband, that couldn't care less if she existed or not. And they all fight each other. They drive cars, no lease, cash. And they're dairy bull farmers. They send them everywhere, Islamabad and Estonia and absolutely everywhere, export ridiculous. And the child wants a new iPhone every fucking week, and she looks like a little psycho kid, Humpty Dumpty. She just wants a new iPhone every. Daddy, give me a new iPhone. Son is like, I want a new Xbox. They live a lot better than you and me, and they hate each other. They take one trip once a year at least, separately, because they can't stand each other. So if you're fighting for people like that, then reconsider. The normal farmers that are not producing weapon food are different, which is vegetables, potatoes, etc. All kinds of vegetables. They don't get these kind of fundings from the government. No way. I want to discuss one more time about Elon Musk, how he's a half, Miles suggested that German, very interesting military background. His father was an engineer, military person. Just to run over what we discussed 13th of February. And half Chinese, because South Africa was filled with imported Chinese labor. And that's all searchable and confirmative. You can check the Basis Project 22 for that. And Elon Musk tweeted when he saw the Grammys Satan performance, he said, "We are all fucked." He said that. But how are we all fucked if your own baby mom looks like this? Her name is Grimes. And there is, of course, double Elon Musk's already. I think that there's quite a few doubles of him. This is an archonic figuration. This is archonic figuration. So he's worried that we're all fucked. You point the finger at the bad guy, and actually the bad guys is him, which is Neuralink, approved by FDA by now, and supercomputer, and nothing to do with SpaceX. And Elon Musk said that I have never seen a UFO. He said he's never seen a UFO. And that is a total disgrace. Even my nephew has seen a UFO. That is when you know you're dealing with a fraud. No, I've never seen a UFO. I just run the richest fake SpaceX situation, and I've never seen a UFO. We've never seen one. Okay. So Satan is like Karpusami. I want to clarify this for the ones hollering there. Karpusami is a blue god on a white horse with a sword. He was called in by the Indian people to help their suffering children, the suffering and the poverty and disease in the village. And he came and he performed miracles. And Karpusami is 1,000 years old, about that time, much less than the Christ calendar. Could be as old as the Christ calendar, because they worship this Nubian black man with silky black hair on a white horse and a sword. And he performs miracles. And he's a consciousness that was brought in by the villagers, and they said, please come and help us. We're suffering here. Protect us from the soulless human beings who are harassing us. He came, he performed, he protected, he provided. They got food, water, a disease went, and miracles happened beyond, against all odds. And I have worked with Karpusami, and I've had miracles happen. Literally, miracles. He's a god that hates injustice. He hates injustice, and he will come and protect the suffering and the children. He hates injustice. And Satan is the same kind of character. Just Satan is millions of years old. So let's say the last Ice Age epoch was 2.5 million years. And this walk-in problem started about 4th Ice Age. We're talking about a guy who was about 10 million years old. So Satan is 10 million years old, and Karpusami and all these other self-sacrificing, they didn't incarnate back into the human body. They became these consciousnesses that they call deities to help human beings, and Satan is the original guy that is being targeted. That's why they had to invite in Karpusami, because Satan is being targeted by these characters. And they hate Satan because he's the cleaner of the garden. He's cleaning house. He's sending everyone to hell. But he couldn't do that forever because he's targeted. And nobody, you know, if anything, you should be fucking grateful for him. He's not looking after gratitude, though. He doesn't need gratitude. Yeah, he's infamous for his own, this golden light. And that is it. So the Soila rune is a pagan rune, and it means the sun power. And the reason why it's in double shape is because it's the situation connected to a ancient calculation that is everywhere, and I talk about it in my Walking Case book. Why they are in pairs? They are in pairs due to the twin towers all over the world. The towers standing tall, 2 pairs of towers, and as I showed earlier, they're all over Tallinn, the ministry house opposite of the art culture ministry house, and it represents pi that I talk about in Walking Case in my book. 7 + 7 is 5. This double Soilo, all the twins there, if you show the slide, it represents pi, which is a mathematical configuration that adds up to number 5, and this was invented by an Indian pi configuration calculator. There's 2 pi calculators in history. One of them was Indian, and this is pi all over the Third Reich and Fourth Reich. The double sun Soilo pagan rune, and the twin towers all over. They need the pi all over towns, in city centers, to manipulate energy, like in Egypt with the Sphinx opposite of the Khufu, and 3 pyramids all over, not 3, all the pyramids, I mean, in Cairo region, Saqqara, Unas, etc., to have the pi, which is manipulating according to the ritual to have the outcome that they want during the current month and dates. Okay, so that is why it is in a double situation. Let's look at it. Let's look at this. Let's look at the slide. You see? Always twin towers all over. Twin towers in the black cube. That's probably Black Corporation building there. It stayed up, by the way, funny enough, because obviously it showed that these towers came down by explosives hidden inside the building. They just crumbled down like paper. Can you put the slide back on? And then this one here in Estonia. There's many in Estonia. I've seen at least 5 in Estonia, which is... It's beyond anything, honestly. It really is beyond anything. Where is the... there it is. And that's opposite of this building. Opposite of this building. It's across the road, literally. Across the road of this building. Millions spent. A perfectly normal building knocked down. And I looked at the estate, the architecture company, and the competition. There was no competition. Just the sketch from the plan. Here's the plan. Get this building up there now. 59. We need that front of the ministry house, which is a twin tower. Get it up now. Knock that stupid old Soviet Union building down. Let's get this rolling. Millions, luxury interior inside, means that it's never about the money. They invented money. They print money. They invented money. This is not about money. They invented money. You don't get off the train. The money stop. You keep going on that train. Further and further, deeper and deeper, deeper. Get lost in it. Don't be afraid. Let go of fear. Let go of fear. It's not about money. They have unlimited money to knock down an entire city and build pure luxury. Okay? It's not about you. They couldn't care less about you. The idea is to eliminate everybody, and the survivors then are going to have to somehow fight back. Of course, I've been shown miracles, and there is potentially a positive outcome to all of this shit. There is, because a miracle was shown to me year 2021 against all odds. I thought to myself, how the fuck is this possible? I'm not going to get into the story, but it was literally me being at, I was put in a situation and I've had so many miracle situations because I've had over 40 near-death experiences in my life. Near-death experiences were dangerous situations, but this one reminded me during critical years now before the deadline, Sandra, there's a miracle maybe happening, but it's coming at a cost. Things are going to get worse before they get better, 100%. I mean every word. A lot of people are going to get ill. They're going to go crazy. They can't handle it. It deteriorate at a rapid rate from a biochemistry level. Okay? I want to say about insectoids that this green agenda thing. So the insectoids that are near Rapla swamp, Kaiurapa, and this is the last part now, and that's it then. Kaiurapa, my house is here. I'm 10 minutes away from there. There's a meteorite lake here. Kunnu Järv, Kunnu Lake. And there are old ancient Danish castles everywhere in the area. And in every 500 meters only is the radiation mast. Because they keep these areas clear. Do you understand? Always they keep these. And my mom was lucky enough to get a house, build her own off-grid living, no electricity, own water, 25-meter water well. And these insectoids that family members have seen, they're 3 meters tall. And they're very powerful. And they have a thing like a deal going on with the governments. And the governments hate them so much, like Satan, that they have proposed to us that we should be eating fucking insects. And it's literally, when I was tuning into it, it's literally like this. Uncle Sam? Is that you? Auntie, is that you? They want to humiliate this race. And I've had communications with this race due to my family member and even these miracle situations that are connected. I was getting a funny feeling. But the miracle situation was as well with another consciousness. But they want to humiliate this insectoid race. And this is one of the only rare races that comes in and out of planet Earth. The rest are energetic beings. And everybody wants to be Pleiade and I don't know what, Orion race. Well, sadly, I've been all my life here. I've never been out of here because I stemmed... the Archons had other different plans with me. That's why I've been shown everything from the beginning of time. And it is basically, you dumb fucks. We've told you, we've warned you. You've been given chances over and over again. Year 21 up to year 22. It was your last chance to pull yourselves together. And you still are not doing it. We're back at 2018 here. Materialism, borders, you can travel now. US, blah, blah, blah. Las Vegas, get pissed. We're back at 2018, pre-2021, 2022. And you guys were warned over and over and over again, and you never listened. And your time is up. Your time is up. Your time is up. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, I understand what's going on here. Yeah, it's definitely gone half of it. No worries. We're going to continue this then next time. And you guys never listened. We gave you chances. It's up to you, honestly. But this is the real deal. So we're dealing with psychotronic warfare. Soul is a soul. If you cannot drill that through your pregnant cow's titty milk brain, calcium layer, then you can put the cock back in the mouth and go roll over in a speeding handbasket straight to hell. I couldn't give a fuck, seriously. And that's the situation. The future is open and the past is fixed, like Stuart Swerdlow said. I give credits where credits are due. I'm not a plagiarizing fool like some are. I very agree with him. They're obsessed with knowing what the future is. And there is few different probabilities, and the probability right now is completely open. A miracle might happen, but with this Hashimoto thyroiditis situation, you can kiss your ass goodbye. And people are going to have to really wake up, do a moral choice, stop eating brothers and sisters and children, put the pregnant cow's titty milk down, do a karma cleanse by helping another person, helping a child, donating to real animal sanctuaries who are really in need of help and rescue from hostile style facilities where it's absolutely hostile movie. This is a documentary hostile movie, by the way. That's exactly what's going on. And you do a moral choice. So these steps you do, and within 90 days of this campaign, you're going to see how the cabal is forced to change the laws. They're forced because everything has been free will based. 2021, 2022, you still had the choice to get up in the morning, have a shower, put your clothes on. You didn't have to go to the shop and follow the rules, etc. Or etc. public places. You still had that free will choice, which they follow and they honor. But that choice is being taken away now. And you need to wake up. You need to smell the coffee. We're surrounded by Humpty Dumptys who are thick as hell. The younger generation have gray brain areas. When you watch pornography and you play computer games and you eat tortured animal flesh, it creates gray brain. Your empathy is removed. Empathy is being removed with that process. Pornography, computer games, synthetic substances, eating tortured animal flesh, screaming. The brain becomes gray and you lose empathy. And these are the future generations. And I don't know. I mean, the future, we are fighting for the children and Mother Earth and animals. And I'm going to keep fighting. And I will see you on Patreon with specific videos how to fight back with targeting. Of course, I'm not almighty, all-knowing. But there are certain techniques that really do work, and I will be explaining deeper into the symbolism of all these buildings, etc. And I will reveal a lot more there, and this will be for members only. And I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. I really recommend for you to get out of jealousy mode and hit that like button. Wow, some people are so jealous they can't even do that move. That's like a 20% score there when you get such a reaction towards truth. So share this video. Let's make this video go viral. Black Cube has taken over this globe. It's going viral in Estonia. Nobody has explained this information to this extent before, and I'm glad I'm from Estonia that I notice all this. And the Estonian ship sinking was a pure sellout sacrifice, and it's the blazing gun. This is the most, really one of the most important videos you are watching before the deadline, which is in 20 months. Thank you. Blessings.